Me too. So I was like, all right, Ultimate Game of the Year, Black Myth Wukong, uh, Best Adaptation Fallout. I kind of want to know what the nominees for Best Adaptation were because if Arcane was in there, maybe
Arcane was in there.
Oh, damn, then they may have got robbed.
It was better than Fallout. I ain't watched none of them shit, so y'all gotta be the voices for that. I don't know. I hear Arcane is really good though.
No, Arcane is fucking.
I haven't watched this season yet.
No, Arcane. You need finales tomorrow, bro. You need
I know,
to
but I was waiting for all of it to drop because I want to watch it all in one go.
Yeah. Like, I'm more mad because I plan. So I got work tomorrow, but I get off at 12. So after 12, I was like, yo, immediately come home and watch Arcane. But now it's like my boy, all my homies and I started playing chess, and now we're doing a chess night, and I'll be doing a chess like evening. Well, I would say chess afternoon at his crib.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna be there till like maybe like 2:30ish. So I'm gonna leave work at 12, go to Philly to meet up with my boys. We gonna play chess for a couple hours, probably and listen to the Kendrick John. And then what make me mad, like I kind of overbooked myself because I ain't probably gonna be able to watch Arcane till like 7, 8 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be like 6 o'clock. He's gonna be sitting there like, guys.
Oh, because I'm going to go see Gladiator 2.
Which is pretty good.
I'm seeing with my family. I'm seeing Gladiator 2 like 4, and I'm like, dog, I really want to watch fucking Arcane. And I know I'm gonna be spoiled because I'm gonna be checking Twitter. Like I'm gonna be checking Twitter because I'll be checking Twitter on my break. So, and I'm just like, fuck, bro, I really want to watch Arcane.
Where about are you located?
Jersey.
Okay.
South Jersey.
Gotcha. I was just curious because you mentioned driving to Philly.
Yeah, I'm like 10, maybe 15 minutes from Philly.
Yeah, it's not that far. I used to drive to Jersey all the time.
I grew up about an hour south of D.C., so I could, if I had wanted to, it would be like a weekend trip. But
right,
he did it to us again. He did it to us again.
What happened? What happened?
We're live.
Hey, fuck Mars.
We're live.
Yo, you gotta stop that, bro.
Fuck Mars. We back for episode 7. You know what I'm saying? That's tough. You know what I mean? We're gonna talk about the game wars to get it started. Mars know he's supposed to be in here. So he's selling.
I DM'd him. He ain't pick up.
He's selling. He was literally just in the chat in the Discord like 5 seconds ago, but it's cool though. Let me see. Shout out to the Great 8, the Great 8 live viewers to begin. Appreciate y'all being here early.
What's good, y'all? Damn, everybody live on my YouTube channel. All right. Mustard.
Yeah, like I said, Mars is selling. He flappy and sick. He's supposed to be here, but he not. So we're gonna start without him. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, apparently he picked something up when he was picking up like 5 PlayStations earlier today or something.
Mars is the biggest fucking pony, dude. He's the biggest pony, bro. This man got 2 PS5 Pros for himself, 2 more for friends and family, 3 PlayStations.
He picked up an OLED too.
Yeah, it don't look when it comes to ponyism, it don't get bigger than Mars.
Dude, I can't afford to be that level of pony. Like that's really just financially, I can't even do it.
That's what I'm saying, man. I can't do it. I'm what they would call a poor. So
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I legit thought about buying an OLED monitor. I changed my mind, bro. I'm gonna wait on that one. I saw the prices even for Black Friday. I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
They ain't low.
Dude, after I got an OLED Switch, I was like, man, I kind of want an OLED TV.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I OLED TV. I would invest in because I would think that would be dope for me, especially with all the TV watching I do, especially on my anime. Yeah, I would definitely invest in that. OLED monitor for my gaming, but it's just like, damn, the cheapest OLED monitor I saw might have been $800. I said, fuck.
Oh my gosh, dude! Yeah, they're crazy.
Yeah,
you can actually get like a bigger TV. Now, granted, I know refresh rate, all these other things go into monitors and all that, but like I would be tempted just to get a TV and plug my computer into it for that.
The thing is, it's like I prefer gaming on my monitor ever since I started doing it. When I started doing gaming on my monitor, when I got my PS5, I started gaming on my monitor, because I transitioned from my television. Like I think for the first maybe 2 months of PS5. I went from television to my monitor, and I was like, yo, I'm never going back. I'm never going back to my television. Cause I just like sitting, I just like low key, I like sitting in my chair gaming. Like,
See, I'm the opposite, bro. Like I literally only sit in my chair when I have to do something on my PC, or when I have to stream or something. I really don't like sitting in my monitor playing the game, bro.
Oh, see, my ADHD is served by this because I got my 2 monitors here when the PC's on. I can play PlayStation and watch something here, or I can play here and watch something over there. And
yeah, see,
what's up?
I got a game on the TV, bro.
Hermie.
hey, Mars.
Hey,
Mars, we was waiting for you, man.
we got Big Money Mars in the building now.
Yeah,
Oh,
big
God.
shmoney, big pony Mars, man. Big shmoney.
And he wearing the blue too.
Yeah, see, he got his PlayStation Blue on for the Game Awards. You know, Jeff Keighley, best friend, sponsored by Keighley. You know what I'm saying?
Sponsored by Keeley.
He calls it the cross button. He's like the only person that does.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
how much
yeah.
he is into Sony.
Yeah, cross and box.
I mean, that's what it says. You know what I'm saying?
Look at this dude. All right, so look, the Game Awards, man. So listen, as we all knew, Elden Ring is nominated for Game of the Year. You know, we knew since he put out that BS statement, and they made it a big thing to let y'all know. Look, DLC can be nominated. They made sure to sneak that in there. So
Worst ever. Like, at least if he had done it like a month ago, maybe people would have been like, okay.
he did like the day before the nominations went up.
The day before, it's like everyone's like, oh, you're like serious.
Yeah. When that email went out, we all kind of figured that this is getting nominated. And at first, it was cool to joke around, like maybe like for the first 2 hours. Then the seriousness came in, like, yo, dog, you're really about to do this. Like, you're really about to nominate a DLC for Game of the Year. That don't make no sense at all. That's like adding a TikTok song for fucking album of the year or some shit. No.
That's
Like,
happening at some point.
No, it can't happen. It can't happen. Like, no. Like, this is it's always, the Game Awards always kind of been a joke, but this is like the final nail in the coffin of being the joke. It's like, dog, you're not even serious anymore. We're here now. We all know, like, we're here just to watch trailers. Like, we're just here for this. Like,
There's
we're not
like
here to
some
see
theory that like apparently the reason why Jeff's doing that is because he knows the other games will win at other award shows, and I'm like, that's so bizarre of a theory of like, yeah, we can do this because they'll win the other awards. And it's like, that's dumb as shit. That makes no sense to me.
I had another one. I think it's because it's his favorite game. That's why. That was my theory. Was Elden Ring was his favorite game. He's like, yo, I'm playing Elden Ring, this bitch. I don't give a fuck.
But this speaks to the problem, right? The fact that we're sitting here joking like this, and like, I highly doubt that just Jeff himself is like, yeah, this is gonna win. But we don't know, so it's fair to question. It's fair to speculate. Like, he's probably not just sitting back there hitting switches by himself, like, and pretending that it's some team. Like, there probably is a group of people coming together to make these decisions. But we don't know that. So. There's no transparency, and so until there is transparency, it's fair to just joke it and call it that it's just Jeff's favorite game.
Even, like, this is the thing, like, with MVP, at least you know who voting. You know who voting.
And then we can clown them.
Yeah, then you could clown them. Yeah, then you could clown them and ridicule them and even judge them. We don't know who voting.
That's true.
It could be a fucking AI bot for all we know.
Because like what is it? If you take the theory that it's Jeff, it's only Jeff, right? Let's play devil's advocate. Why do Xbox games not get nominated? If Phil Spencer's part of the crew, why is he not like arguing just on every angle? I'm telling you.
And he be at the show every year. Phil Spencer be at the show every year.
Every year, but like
he do.
On camera.
I don't know how that works, because you look at some people like Greg Miller, who feels that last year's Starfield is Game of the Year, and then we saw what happened. It only got nominated for RPG, and it's like, I don't know how they go into those situations, and you have that little cricket in the room, like, yeah, Starfield didn't review well, and then Phil's like, yeah, it should be Game of the Year, and then people just laugh at him, or as Jolson said, like, maybe people, for real are voting and are just like Starfield's not game of the year.
I think that. Listen, although we know Jeff Keighley is as crooked as the Black Power Ranger hairline on season 1, I think at some point he has to have a little bit of, like realism. Like, I think at the end of the day, even though I think that he has some form of input, I don't think he's just going to nominate some dog shit. Because at the point that you nominate something like Starfield, it's like, okay, all right, we know this game is not, literally, we know it's not quality like the other games. Like, we know.
Didn't hear when he was arguing, when he was making his case, I was like, I can tell you why Microsoft doesn't get nominated. But I want it to be nice.
No, the quality is just not there. If he was to nominate, I don't think he would have been wrong if he would have nominated Hellblade 2 this year, although let's be honest, it wasn't a good game. It was more of a technical, showcase. But you can't just nominate anything. That's like people say, oh, well, Stalker, do you really think Stalker should be nominated? Let's be realistic. We can argue that Balatro is a card game, but we can't argue the quality of it. We're not arguing the game.
I'm about to say, yeah, that's the thing. You can make an argument for Balatro, even though I've never heard of it. Like,
it's Twitter, bro, not me.
I'm about to say, ain't no episode 1, but you can make an argument for that. That's it. Like, even then, I'm like, but again, I don't play Balatro. I'm not on the Steam PC area. So, but from what I heard and everybody told me, this is like the greatest thing since sliced bread to them.
Sorry, go ahead. Finish. I was just going to say, I think there's, like, when it comes to Game of the Year more than anything else, I think it comes down to 3 things. Critical reception,
mm-hmm. I was about to lead into
sales, but also gaming culture kind of impact.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I got a 4th one to that, is longevity.
And I think that's hard to judge the same year. I can understand that argument, though, because I think I was talking to Steven about it a little bit, about that, Sonny. Like, it's hard to see that the same year, but later, and, this is going to be one of those years where I think a lot of these games, 5 years from now, we don't talk about it as much. And I think that, as weird, again, kind of like we argued the other week, I think that worked in Shadow of the Erdtree's favor, even though, again, I don't agree with the decision.
Well, no, so, like, I kind of I don't know if, let me not say disagree, and I don't really know what Josh is particularly saying, so what I say might not sound like what he's saying, but when I'm hearing longevity, as Josh said, you look at, like, Balatro and it has legs, like, it's on multiple systems, it's on phones, it's going on multiple devices. To me, that's longevity, where it's hitting all these other platforms and it's reaching a bigger audience. So it's still, after all this time, now it's November, I think that's longevity versus...
No, that is longevity. That's basically what I mean by longevity. I mean, when you think about, again, even though I might disagree with Balatro being up there, when you think about the games on this list, and I have the list right here for Game of the Years, Astrobot, Balatro, Black Myth, Shadow of Erdtree, Final Fantasy, and Metaphor, they all had legs to them. They all last. We talked about them for a good 4-month stretch. So the thing about... It's just like the issue here is just like Erdtree's a DLC from a 2020 game. It's not even a game. You can't even play it without the actual. That's like trying to play Phantom Liberty without actually buying Cyberpunk. You have to play it, and then you have to beat Elden Ring to fucking play the DLC. Mm-hmm. So how the fuck you gonna get in the DLC if I ain't beat the fucking game?
Don't you have to beat a specific boss?
It's 2 specific bosses. You have to beat Radon and Moog. And as of recently, like, the trophy data said that something like only 42% of Elden Ring players had beaten Moog. So really only 42% of your player base can even access the DLC, which is absolutely an argument in favor of what you're talking about. I think and this is where it's interesting to me to talk about it, I can easily argue that Shadow of the Erdtree was the best gaming experience I had this year. But that is not the same as saying it's the best game of the year. Mm-hmm. And I think that's where the wires get crossed. Like, because I agree, it's not like it's built on a previous game. It's not a full game release. It shouldn't be nominated. But by every other metric, if you put that aside, by every other metric, it blows most of these games out of the water. It's just a weird year.
Yeah. When I look at Richie, I think his name is Richie. He was in the other server. He's like, his name's Richie, but he's like Richie Starfield. Like, he plays Starfield 24/7. So to him, that is the best game he's ever played. So, like, I get when people argue this is the best game I'll ever play, and I completely get that. But when you're looking at me, and you're like, it's Balatro, and I'm like, a Windows game? It's a card game? You're talking about that? Like, what's
reaction.
and it's like, no, it's different. It's roguelike. I'm like, is it still a
It's
card game?
poker. It's
And you're playing
poker.
poker? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, what else? And it's like, well, a little guy, like a Joker guy talks to you. I'm like, but it's just building a deck? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, and that's the best experience you've had ever? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, don't talk to me.
They
I
could
can't
have
talk to him.
they could at least made
Don't
it
talk to me.
spades. They could at least made it spades. That would make
I mean,
it a bit more fun.
It's 100% an indie token. Like, it's essentially indie affirmative
Yeah,
action.
and we get one of those every year.
Yeah.
What was the indie game of the year last year?
Dave the Diver.
Yeah.
That was the game of the year. That was the game
That
of
was
the year.
indie
nominee?
game of the year, not the one that was nominated.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Oh, I don't know.
that's
I don't
one game of the
remember.
year.
I gotta
Like
look.
game of the years.
Yeah, somebody pull up.
Indie in the game of the year. It's kind
I'm
of like
looking
for
at
the big dogs, unless an indie game.
Oh, last year
really-
didn't have one. Last year,
Okay.
because last year, in fairness, last year's lineup, so it was Alan Wake 2, Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, Baldur's Gate 3, Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil 4 Remake, and Super Mario Wonder.
Well, but wouldn't Baldur's Gate 3 be an indie game?
Kind
No,
of,
it's not.
really.
It's not?
I
This
don't
is
know.
where defining
really.
an indie studio is weird, because Larian...
They're pretty big, especially
yeah,
after.
I mean, they can't
Fine.
even get physicals in the store, so is it really like...
It's,
I mean, you
it's
couldn't
so-
get physicals of certain games in the store anymore. Xbox doesn't sell physical games. They sell you
I'm about to
codes
say
and
Black
cases.
Myth. Black Myth didn't get a physical for a little bit.
A lot
Yeah,
of those
but-
is so they get more of the profits versus having to split those profits with other stores and stuff. So for like Baldur's Gate, they don't have to sit there and have people like they have to resupply a store and deal with all that bullshit. They just come to Baldur's Gate and they're just
Yeah.
like, yeah, well, we got you.
You just go to baldursgate.com and you pay $100 for the game, and they send it to you
get it 6 months later.
You get it 6
Yeah.
months later, whenever the fuck they feel like sending it to you.
Hey,
Trash.
it worked.
Yeah, it did.
I don't know if it's trash. I just don't think it's built for everybody. I feel like Baldur's Gate 3 ain't.
No, I'm not talking about the game. I'm talking about
Oh,
them
okay.
sending you your game that you paid for 6 months
Okay,
later.
My fault.
2
My
years-
fault. My fault.
2
I don't
years
know
ago.
what you're talking about.
And how long did it take you to get that? How long
That's
did it
not
take
the
you?
point.
Exactly.
That's not
Did you
Exactly.
just have that ready? Did you just have that
Yeah.
ready?
No.
Is that not even
Mars
open?
is rich, bro. It's not even. He never even played the game. Look at this pony,
I
bro.
mean-
It's not exclusive. He's not gonna open it, bro.
Why are we
Pocket
judging?
watching.
Why pocket watching?
Pocket
right
watch it,
now?
bro. He poor
Either way,
shame.
2
He
years
poor
ago-
shame and cancel
2
him. All right, go
2
ahead,
years
Joseph.
ago, Stray was the token indie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that was, I'll be honest, like, I understand that people were enamored with
No
Stray.
straight
but
slander.
Stray
No
was-
straight slander. No straight slander.
I love
No,
Stray.
I'm
I
gonna
love
stop you
Stray.
right
How
there.
dare you?
Let me stop you
How
right
dare
there,
you?
buddy. Let me stop you
How
right
dare
there, buddy. It deserved this nomination
I
if it
double
was.
platted
It was
that
cool.
game. Double platted.
That game was
Stray
a
was pretty cool.
banger.
Speaking of
It was a
which,
good game. It
I
just
want to
wasn't
play
the
it
game of the
again.
year.
I might download it tonight, man.
I must say, I just picked up a lot of games during the Black Friday. So,
That was the year that we had, like, Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Plague
Yeah,
Tale, and
It was
Xenoblade
definitely better than
Chronicles.
Horizon. This is definitely better than Horizon.
It was
I don't
not.
care what y'all say. It
It
was
was
better
better
than.
We'll move on.
Horizon?
Yes, Forbidden West. Yes.
Nah,
Straight
we're
was
moving on. We're
better.
not having that conversation.
Yeah.
We're moving on.
I want to go through this screen and hit you gut up.
It was
but I
definitely
will-
better.
I will say the ending of Stray was
I
cinema.
hope that
It-
2099 action figure break.
When Darth Vader showed up and killed the cat with a lightsaber, yeah, that was.
It was
great.
definitely better than Forbidden West. But anyway, y'all continue, man.
That's such.
I want my 40 hours I put into that game back.
You chose to do that.
That is true.
I had to beat it, bro. By the time I got sick of the game, I had to beat it. I did. I
But you
did.
didn't get
Yo,
sick of the game until
nah,
after
nah,
30 hours.
people-
That's like
people
5
still
times
do
as
that.
long as Stray.
No, after about 20 hours, the grind hit me, and then I just had to keep pushing.
So 3 times as long as Stray.
Yeah.
At least Gutta didn't do the Hellblade situation where it's like, yeah, I put 40 hours into this and I'm not even done yet. And
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's stupid, bro. That's
It's
so
not-
dumb.
that's not real.
That game is
That's
5
not
hours,
real.
bro. Dude's holding up on the fucking stick for 5
I was like, did you,
hours.
so when I saw that, because I know exactly what Mark's talking about, I saw that same exact tweet. I'm like, did you just use photo mode for every
Yes,
minute?
bro. That's all they did.
Like,
Are
that
you guys
game
talking
is-
about Hellblade? And
Yeah, I played too.
Which is
Yeah.
actually, I think that was one of the
It was
the actors,
nominated twice. And
Yeah, the
I think actress, yeah, 3 times.
yeah, the
and
best
not to take
performance.
away, she did a good.
I
job.
agree with that. I agree with that.
If you
I
look,
did- I did
if you
vote
look
for
at the
her for
performance nominations, this was not a
I
strong year
agree
for
with that.
performances. Because I'll be honest, the lady who did K-Vest, she did fine with what she was given, But
Hey,
every
look,
single
that's-
character in in Star Wars
Wars.
Outlaws,
Oh,
every character in that game was so forgettable except for the pet and the
And the
droid.
robot. Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like she could win a lot, but just by her picture in this, like
She did fine with what she was given. I'm not taking it away, but clearly we didn't have performances like last year with Asterion or from Alan Wake 2 or even Spider-Man 2.
You're not understanding, Joe. Like yo,
No, I think Aerith was up
she
there.
looking beautiful. In this.
Aerith was nominated as well. I'm just saying, if you look at the
Aerith
nomination
is
list,
nominated.
I don't think it was a strong year for performances. Is all.
I
had-
voted
had
Hellblade
Hannah
2 for
Tell.
audio.
You had Hannah Tell, who I believe plays Maxine from Life is Strange Double Exposure.
Mhm.
You had Humberly Gonzalez, who was Kay Vess in Star Wars Outlaws. You had Luke Roberts from Silent Hill 2, which I believe is the main character.
Yep, it
And
is.
you had Brianna White for Aerith. I gave it mine to Melina. I think her idea, like, listen, I was never picking up Hellblade 2, but I did watch it, and I get it. I'm not like, listen, that performance.
Everybody who played it was doing the same thing too, watching it. So you're not the only
I was
one.
gonna say you got the same experience as people who actually played the game.
No, he didn't get because
No,
he
I
didn't.
wish Sonny was
He didn't
in
get to
here.
do this for 5 hours.
Yo, yeah, stop following me. I don't know you, bro. Like,
He's actually looking at Spider's Twitter account.
No, not
riveting
it's not
gameplay.
Spiders. It's fucking a porn bot. Like, bro, don't just randomly follow
Oh
me. Get outta
yeah,
here.
that's fun.
They trying to play Hellblade. Look, they trying to do this for 5 hours.
I
Again,
would
what-
hate to find out like what games he actually hates. What he actually hates. Like it would.
Yo,
I
there-
might be traumatized. You know
there
what I'm saying?
there are people who did not play it, who stood that I beat that game, and it's only 5 who did not beat that game and make excuses for it. And I'll be like, dog, I'll be telling them like, yo, dog, it's okay to just say you don't like something, even if it's your team. You can say I don't like this. I expected more.
You know what I think is crazier is people who play like Starfield. I get the you can explore forever, right? I completely get that, right? So to me, even though like I don't think it's like necessarily like against the rules or like you shouldn't be a gamer if you haven't beaten a game in a year, but I still beaten a game that year. But if you are playing that game, I feel like you're trying to complete it, right? So like I feel if you hadn't beat Starfield, the only excuse that I think is a good excuse, like I have no excuse for No Man's Sky. I stayed on the first planet for like a month, and I just kept exploring. So it's like whatever. But when people are like, I haven't beaten Hellblade 2, and I'm like, that took me a day and a half. Like that, I beat that. I started it and I beat it the next day. Like, what do you mean? It's like I'm exploring. I'm like, you can't explore in that game. There's nothing to explore. What are you talking about?
I mean, so how long to beat the website, which I think is a pretty good indicator. It's not, the end all, but it says you can do a completionist on average is 9 hours.
Or Hellblade,
Yeah, Hellblade 2.
yeah. And then beating the game is probably like 4 to 5.
It was
It's
literally
not.
people on my
Seven.
page.
It's 7.
I ain't gonna say no name, but it was literally a dude on my page that was like, "Yo, I'm 13 hours in and I still ain't beat the game yet. I don't know what y'all rushing it." I'm like, "Bro, come on, bro. At this point, you just doing photo mode and you just fucking around in the game. Like you're not even taking it serious, bro."
As someone who's played like games like Hellblade 2 in a way, like Life is Strange, Wolf Among Us, Walking Dead, all that.
Damn.
All those games take about maybe an hour, if not 2, at best. At best, Hellblade 2 is I don't got Hellblade 2 could probably be beaten within a day. Probably within half
I believe 7 hours. I believe that to be normal. I think you saw some
Not
of the people
even,
saying,
probably 4.
Well, I'm saying going off of how.
If you're not going for the collectibles and shit, you just want to hit the credits. 4 hours at best.
Well, and I'm just going off of how long to beat, right? So, but I do think you saw people online taking it too far, saying like, "Oh yeah, this is like a 3-hour game," and so then I think you had some people going the other way and be like, "Oh no, it's taking me like 12 to 13." Like we don't need to exaggerate to counter bad information. We could just be like, if it's an exceptional 7 hours for you, you don't need to justify it being longer, especially a game on Game Pass. No offense.
There's games on PlayStation you can knock out, and like even like classics like Metal Gear you can beat in like 5 hours. And also
speaking
that's
of that,
you.
I
That's
actually
like
picked
skipping.
up the Metal Gear collection.
Nice.
Yeah, picked it
Good
up.
luck with the
today,
controls.
Black Friday. Yeah, I'm scared for that, but I'm gonna try and work.
Especially on 1, yo. My God.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna start 1
confirm is the circle button. That'll be the first thing that'll throw you off.
Oh god.
Bro, I played that game for like, I'm talking about like a half a day, bro. When the collection came out, and I thought I was done. I'm like, oh, I'm good. You feel me? Auto save, whatever. Boo. I go back to the main menu. I open this game up later. I had to start from the beginning. I said, why the fuck did my game not save? I forgot that you have to dial a certain fucking frequency, and you gotta call the codex number to actually save the game. I was like, this is some bullshit, bro.
Hey, I mean that was back then.
No, that was revolutionary. That was revolutionary.
That was innovative at the time.
It was.
And the codec code that was on the back of the case.
Yeah.
Like there were people who rented that game that could not beat the game because they didn't realize they needed a codec from the back of the case.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Kojima!
Shout out to the 71.
Kojima's in his bag. He messes with people, man.
Luckily, the game is so short that I just speed ran it for like 40 minutes and got back to where I was. The game is short as hell.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. People have been recommending to play Metal Gear. I picked it up. Definitely check out the Black Friday sale chat. Like, it's some good stuff on there.
Mm-hmm.
They got Hogwarts Legacy like for $23. Jedi Survivor for $23. It's a couple of bangers on there, like real cheap.
Persona 3 Reload was
Picked up
$25.
that one.
Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance for PS5 was $25. So I got both of those.
And
I
Nintendo
got,
had some really good deals for once. Like they actually reduced their prices for once. It's kind of insane.
I believe it when I see it. But
I was gonna say Mars could be trolling us right now, and we would never know.
Nintendo's deals are like $40 for Smash Ultimate.
There's like 20 and 30, which maybe is a sign that they know. I mean, they've said it, but maybe they know.
Well, it's the end of the generation now, so I'm not gonna give them no credit.
Only took them 7 years.
That's true. I'm just saying, like, maybe I'll buy more games now versus, like, it's on sale. It's only, like, $5-10 off. I'm like, I'm not buying that. That's crazy.
Because I picked up Seafood. What up? I picked up Metal Gear Solid, Persona 3, Seafood, Nier Automata. I was going to pick up Metaphor. I'm still debating if I want to pick up Metaphor or not. Only because I know if I get locked in Metaphor, it's going to take me forever to beat it.
Give it some time then. Just wait. Pick it up like next run of sales.
Probably. I
want Nier Automata. I just need a PS5 version, right? I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, that's why I pick up. I feel like they're gonna have to do one eventually. Like, but
the guy who made that game does not think the way you think he thinks. So
well, that's fine. I'll just get the Stellar Blade DLC and I'll play it that way because I ain't buying no PS4 game in 2024. Sorry, I don't want that ugly ass blue case sitting on my shelf. Sorry, buddy.
So wait,
I'm about to say, is that a blue case? Oh no, that's white. That's white. Okay.
No, I got Gran Turismo up there.
Okay.
Only because it was $10 at Best Buy, the PS4 version, so I brought it.
We definitely went on track. All right, for best game of the year, like, do we have our winners? Because I picked Final Fantasy.
I think realistically, Elden Ring is gonna win, but if I had a choice,
Elden Ring wins, I'm gonna crash out.
I'm just being realistic. It's gotta be Elden Ring, clearly. But
that's not even realistically. I would give it to Black Myth Wukong if you're being realistic.
I'm saying realistically as far as the game awards.
Okay.
What I want to win is I'll probably go for Astrobot. I think that was the funnest game I played up there. I didn't play Black Myth yet because I'm waiting for the physical in a couple weeks. But
I was told that Princess Peach Showtime was better than
Aaron. Don't like PlayStation. Aaron don't like PlayStation.
Aaron don't like PlayStation.
Yeah, Aaron don't like PlayStation.
I want Metaphor to win, honestly, because it was to me it's Atlas's best game they've ever made. And it really grabbed me in a way a lot of JRPGs don't. Realistically, I agree. I think Shadow of the Erd Tree is going to win it. But I think Metaphor deserves it. And especially because of how much it impacted gaming culture when it came out. Like, I knew so many people playing it, and so many people responding positively to it. Like, it's so good.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that because I love Sega.
Nah, so. I honestly, I won't be mad if Astrobot, Black Myth, Final Fantasy, or Metaphor wins. I actually
anyone but Shadow.
No, if Final Fantasy won, I'll be mad.
Balatro.
That's probably the only game that if it won, I would be mad.
I'm Balatro, but I don't think it's
Balatro's not winning. This isn't like It Takes Two.
They said the same thing. I was about to say they said the same thing about It Takes Two. It's not winning. It won.
That was a weird year too.
Yeah, but
no, I don't think Balatro. It's a nice story, and I'm sure it's going to give that guy the guy who made it, more money. But
I'll be mad if
Rebirth wins. Because the weird part is this. I don't want to. Because they really put Elden Ring in this, and they have like all these other categories where I feel like the other games are going to win. Like best narrative could really go to Final Fantasy or Metaphor. Like a Dragon's actually in there too. Best game direction could go to Astrobot or Black Myth or whatever. Somehow, some fucking way, I don't know how, but best art direction, Erd Tree's in there, even though it's an engine from 2020.
That's my
It was-
argument.
It was beautiful. Like the places they made, the bosses, everything. It was a beautiful game.
They got Infinite Wealth
a beautiful
nominated
DLC.
for Best RPG and Best Narrative, but it's not in Game of the Year.
Which one?
Infinite Wealth.
Infinite Wealth, which I feel like that could have been. I
don't know.
honestly, I feel like there were 3 snubs in Game of the Year. It definitely could have been.
There were
or-
mad snubs for
the mass
awards.
snubs, but I'm like, you could have put Prince of Persia up there. You definitely could have put Infinite Wealth. You could have put Stellar Blade.
I think Infinite Wealth got pushed out because of JRPG bias. I think that's one of those that they're like, we can't have 2 JRPGs in Game of the Year. Like, I think it was a genre thing where they could only have one, and they went with Metaphor. I think partially because Yakuza is very popular, but it doesn't have quite the same cultural impact as like Metaphor did this year.
But Yakuza is
It's
a
a
name.
better game, probably. That's a tough one for me. I think I prefer Metaphor, but it's a
But
great
it's
game.
a name. But it's a name. You could like you know the name Yakuza. Like not
You do.
Had there ever really been a bad Yakuza game?
No, doesn't exist.
If
I
you talk to
think
Yakuza
that-
fans,
I
if you
think
talk
that
to
beats
Yakuza
one.
fans, I was going to say they normally have one they'd point out, but otherwise, but Yakuza is a popular series. But again, when it comes out, it sells. It's received well, but it doesn't hit overall gaming culture the same way as other releases a lot of the time.
It's too
And that's not enough.
It's too
If
Japanese,
anything-
man. It's too
I was
Japanese.
going to say, if anything, it's a sign that more people need to kind of broaden their horizon. Quite frankly, Metaphor, the reason Metaphor hit the way it did, it wouldn't have if Persona 5 hadn't have sold so well.
if
like
you are a
Persona 5
JRPG
set the theme.
and you don't have an anime aesthetic or you're not a Souls game, it's too Japanese. It's just not going to get the recognition.
And Yakuza was very Japanese. I don't
That's
care
what
if
I'm
it's
saying.
in Hawaii. It was very Japanese.
Every Yakuza game is very Japanese. So
You summon a friggin' lobster to do damage for you. Like that. It was a great game.
Like yo, dog, Erdtree, yo, he's just putting this game in there just to put it there. Like best RPG, Erdtree's in there. Really?
It's nominated for Best RPG, too.
Yes. Next
But
to Dragon's Dogma, Final Fantasy.
That doesn't even make
and
sense
Meta-
because it's, the category is role-playing game. It's not a game. So why would it be nominated?
They said DLC is count for everything now.
Oh. And that's the problem, bro.
I will say the best.
I'll be honest. I'm
category-
glad it got nominated. I would have it nominated over Dragon's Dogma 2.
I agree with that. I agree
I
with
didn't
that.
play Dragon Dogma.
Listen,
I didn't
listen,
hear mixed reviews.
I'll
Some
agree
people
with
say
him.
good,
I'll
others
agree with
say
him.
Trash.
Garbage. I'll agree with that.
I've heard mixed reviews about Dragon Dogma.
I'll agree with that.
If you
I'll
love
definitely.
it, you love it. If you don't connect with it, you kind of fall off it pretty hard.
I would
say the-
love
I'll
if
agree.
there
with
was
that.
an award for like best new game this year, like best new game, right? Like best new release or
IP
something.
or something, yeah.
And it was like Shadow of the Tree, and I will lose my mind because they
Also,
did that
hold
at
up.
the Golden Joysticks. They did like best new, like it was like best new something that came out or something. Best new indie, what
Studio?
how- no, it was like best new like indie like breakthrough game, like a breakthrough game, whatever, right? And like imagine it was Shadow, and I'm like, it's Elden Ring. It's just
And
more Elden
I-
Ring.
I think they do have that category, and I think it's just called Games for Impact.
Games for Impact is that's
It's
more
different.
like diversity and inclusion.
Yeah.
which I think is also.
Oh,
a
he
great
said it's a
category.
DEI higher category. That's fucked up, Joseph.
Crazy part is the
No,
game that
What did it? No, seriously. If you look
Hey,
at
cancel
it,
that
that's literally
man.
what the
they
award
got.
is.
Wait, got it. They got Tales of Kenzaru's out. Is it? Hold on, don't get me started on the DEI shit because I looked at the esports.
Yo, what's that?
I'm
What's
like,
that super DEI game, yo?
Tales of
Dustborn.
Kenzaru's out. You mean-
Dustborn. I
Dustborn.
gotta. Nah, I need to
Yeah.
buy that on the
Dustborn
sale,
thing.
bro. I have to play this
I'll be
game,
honest.
bro.
I'll be honest. Everything I've seen from that game, I have not played it, but every cutscene or anything I've seen has been some of the cringiest shit.
It
I've ever
looked
seen.
hilarious, bro. I want to play this game so bad, bro. It looked like I'm gonna be
What's it
dying
called?
laughing.
Dustborn?
Yeah, Dustborn.
Dustborn. It was made with like some sort of tax break or something. I don't know.
I gotta get that for Christmas, bro.
Oh, I
The-
see it.
The
I got-
initial trailers, it seemed good, just as in like what they showed you. Like, here's the gameplay. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then people are releasing all these clips, and like it's different for like Veilguard, where it's like you're forcing that conversation to happen, while Dustborn's like, yeah, we hate white people, and I'm like, yo, like, what?
There is literally a command when you're talking to cops to trigger them, and if you choose
Yeah.
it, she just goes, "You're racist."
Yeah, I need
Like-
that. I need that game, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I need that game, bro. I gotta see for myself. I gotta do that, bro.
Wait, there are some categories I do think he did a good job with. I think best fighting game is a very good category.
Trash.
Okay. Look it up.
Wait. Let me tell you the nominees because I can tell you why it's trash because there's only one automatic winner in Tekken 8, but it's a good lineup in terms of Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, Grand Blue Fantasy versus Ryzen, Marvel vs. Capcom Collection, Multiverses, and Tekken 8. Right? Okay, so I will just down. I knew it was gonna be Tekken 8 because
Tekken 8's gonna win.
I put 100 hours in Tekken. That's my first ever fighting game I ever put 100 hours in. So that tells me that automatically wins.
By the way, what got snubbed
for fighting?
In a fighting game?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. That's
Nothing
a
this year?
fighting game.
What other fighting games came out
last year?
Yeah, that was last year. And no other fighting games.
Mortal Kombat 1 came out last year. I thought.
Mortal Kombat 1 this year come out this year, and I would still not want it on the list.
Oh yeah, the Mortal Kombat 1 didn't get no snub because that didn't belong there. Then.
By the way, I looked it up. So, Games for Impact is an actual category in the Game Awards. I did not call it the DEI category. It calls itself that. It is literally, the description is for a thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning or message.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
I'm just saying, I didn't make that up. They did that. That is an award. It's also the only...
But I'm not mad if you want to make a category for games that really tug at the heartstrings, that really push the boundaries.
I'm a little surprised Dragon Age didn't get nominated there, because it didn't.
I think when you look at the category in the games, in each of the games, and I've only played 2 of them, listen, I'm lying. I only played one of them, that's Tales of Kizaru Zao, but I'm very familiar with the Life is Strange saga.
Right.
Playing the previous Life is Strange, I'm about to start the new one, Life is Strange. What would it be? 4 Life is Strange Double Exposure, probably later this week, or if not next week. All the Life is Strange games all tug at the heartstrings. They're very emotional, very deep. Tales of Kizaru is a very deep and emotional storytelling about dealing with grief and the passing of life. I would assume all the other games in that category, which I've never heard of, probably do the same thing that the other 2 I just talked about are doing. So I think that is a fine category to have that in. I don't think Dragon Age doesn't belong there, in my opinion.
Well, it's
Dragon
not
Age
just emotional.
It's action game.
It's not just emotional storytelling. It's literally pro-social meaning or message. So some sort of positive social impact story, essentially.
I think it's because they dropped the ball on it. Not as in the bullshit like Grums talks about. I think it's more so that like what they try to do, because even in the game somebody found a mistake where the clip of like them doing the pronouns, and towards the end of the game she uses the wrong pronoun. So even the game fucks it up. So I think in that respect, if the game didn't do a good job, I understand why it wasn't nominated, but I do get the point of the game. It should, in a sense, if it was done right, like Life is Strange, Tales, like those messages were very clear versus like pronouns. And it's like, okay, I get it. All right, cool. We're not going to follow it. I'm like, why the fuck is this in the game?
There was a whole side story. Like Tasha's storyline was very much about coming out to her mother. So that's the part that I'm surprised didn't get it a nomination.
What's he talking about? Dragon Age?
Dragon Age Veilguard, yeah. So it was very much...
I beat that game and didn't have one scene with Tasha doing anything.
I didn't get that far yet.
Literally, her storyline is about her coming out as non-binary to her mother.
Is option?
I didn't get
coming out. See, I didn't like Tasha, so I didn't do any of her quests.
And that's actually
so it's optional. You don't have to engage in it.
No. But in terms of the storyline itself, that's why I'm saying I'm a little surprised it didn't get nominated, because that storyline is that pro-social.
And she's a terrible character, and I didn't like her not for anything, because when you meet her and you first recruit her, it has nothing to do with her sexuality or anything. You literally just meeting the character and stuff like that. And so I didn't like her because I thought she was stupid and useless. That's why I didn't like her.
Like a child most of the game. It's annoying.
Yeah, I was done.
They are annoying.
I was glad when she died on my ending. I was so happy.
I'm pretty bad with the non-binary pronouns. It's awkward for me to say.
He's not shit. He's really not
I was so happy when she died. But back to fighting games though. Like, all right, see, here's the thing. This is the problem with the Game Awards. They just lump shit They just put anything that even can be considered similar into the same category.
What
so like if we
in there
so like
that what in the best
so like
fighting
if
game?
you got
That's like the
so
most accurate fighting category.
it's not because you got two games that aren't fighting games. Multiverse is a platform brawler. It's not a fighting game. And then you got
Smash was a fighting game.
No, it's not. And that's the problem.
Would it be up there?
And that is the problem. It's not a fighting game. And then you got
what is brawling?
What define a fighting game?
Well, first off, isn't brawling a type of fighting? If you're going to call it a platform,
that's what I'm saying. This is what I'm
saying.
And this is what I'm saying. If we're going to have random shit in the category just because it's associated, then why not have Mortal Kombat Chaos Reigns in the category, even though it's a DLC?
That game is trash.
Multiverses, it sucks, and they bleeding money on it. It's not a good game. Why is that even nominated?
So what would you rather have? The one that's trash or the one?
Again, I would have put Chaos Reigns, and then I would have put Undisputed Boxing. If y'all want random shit that's similar,
that would be considered sports.
Right, and Multiverses would be considered a platform brawler, but it's still in the fighting category.
A platform brawler is to fighting games what like action RPG, JRPG, strategy RPG is.
I disagree.
It is a subcategory of fighting.
I don't think so because it's a completely different game. You're not fighting to beat the character. You're fighting to knock somebody off of a platform. It's it's way fundamentally different than a fighting game.
Right? Strategy RPGs play 100% different than an action RPG, but they're still both RPGs. Platform brawlers, they are another segment of fighting game, even though the outcome is different. You are still 90. The whole point is to fight, though.
I think more closely to your comparison would be saying that a game like Final Fantasy VII is the same as would be in the same category as something like Elden Ring, just because they both Japanese games. Like
they are both in the RPG category.
But that's what I'm saying. They play nothing alike. They are completely different type of games. But just because they're closely similar, just because they're Japanese, that's the only thing tying them together. Nothing else. Then they would be in the same category.
They have RPG mechanics.
But one of them you are selecting text and watching stuff happen. The other one you're actually playing the game and actually doing stuff.
Turn-based
it's completely
versus
different.
Action.
Right. Oh, so it's a turn-based
platform brawler.
Nah, that's what I just said. That would be closer to what you're saying. I agree.
I know, but that's the qualifying descriptor before the genre. Platform brawler is a platform fighter, action RPG, strategy RPG.
Yeah, I could call Bat right now and get him in this.
Call who?
Baticus.
Oh, Baticus.
You talking about a fighting game? Like, I think he's also very anti-Smash, also as a fighting game. I do view it as a fighting game.
Yeah. That's why you have
it's a fighting game.
You can view it that way, but that's why there's always discourse. Like you go on under the IGN post, and I know fuck IGN, I get all that. But they had the top 10 fighting games, and you see nothing but people under the comments saying, "Why the fuck is Smash here? Why is this it?" Because it's always going to be discord.
But is Smash or Multiverses as technical as, let's say, a Tekken, Street Fighter, or Mortal Kombat? No, they're not as technical. You can really, but they are also still. There's still a level of skill there. There's still a level of skill there because if it wasn't, all y'all niggas would still be able to do it, and y'all can't. Y'all can't do what all these other dudes are doing at EVO in these Smash tournaments.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to lean in, and I'm just going to make Spider matter about this, because I saw an image earlier, and I found it. The highest-selling fighting game of all time.
Smash,
the top 10.
Smash.
Well, no, not just that. 3 of the top 5 are Smash Brothers. Smash Brothers, number 3 is Wii U, 3DS, number 5 is Brawl.
You know, but the thing about Nintendo is, I always say we put Nintendo in their own category. They just so different with their handhelds and the shit that they do. They've captivated their own stranglehold on the market by being completely different. So I don't fault them for being there or nothing. They have their own, fan base. We can argue that another day. But then you see people talking about, there was also a lot of people on the internet arguing about Dragon Ball.
Okay, now we can have that conversation.
Why is that there? Is an arena fighter.
Hold up, time out.
Arena what?
It's an arena fighter.
Hold up, time out.
All right.
Now the thing about that, Dragon Ball is up there for nostalgia. It was a great selling game, but it's just up there for nostalgia purposes.
Right.
Dragon Ball ain't no competitive fighter game. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, and I'm saying this as a Dragon Ball fan and a Dragon Ball Tenkaichi fan, is strictly a party game. It is a game to play with your friends, and that is it. That game is trash.
I wish they would change the name of the category and stop lumping that shit all together.
But you can make the same argument for Marvel vs. Capcom Collection, because that game is just up there for nostalgia purposes. But it's better. I said this on Trap House. Shout out my man and CEO Trap House stream. I said this on his stream when he did his Game Awards. His Game Awards vote. I said Capcom Collection is just a better version of nostalgia of Sparking Zero. It's still nostalgia. It's just a better version of it.
I agree with you.
The accurate game here is just Tekken 8, and that's it. Tekken 8 is just here. All these other games here are just here to, like, maybe outside of Granblue Fantasy versus Rising. That actually is a fighting game. Everything else here is just to fill slots because there was no other fighting.
I agree with you. I think that the clear winner is obviously Tekken 8. That shouldn't even be debatable. Now whether it will win or not, I don't know, but it should win. It deserves to win. But
it is going to win. If that doesn't win, then
hey, you don't know Jeff Keighley. Then every year we say no, that's going to win, and then he do some bullshit.
He do bullshit,
and then it don't win.
He know Haruka don't play that shit, bro. He know.
Bro, they got WWE 2K in the sports game category, but not NCAA college. Make that make sense.
Oh no, I agree with that. I agree with that. That's robbery.
Now, Joseph, are you gonna tell me that WWE fucking 2K25 is a sports game?
Honestly, you could put WWE in the best fighting game category, but it is technically a sport.
Listen,
that makes Spider so mad.
No, I wouldn't be mad at that. The only reason I wouldn't be mad at that is because WWE has a lot more conventional fighting game aspects to it than something like Dragon Ball or Multiverse. You got blocks,
but you don't know. But you can win by throwing people out.
Dragon Ball. What?
I'm not saying it don't, but I'm just saying it has more things. You have blocks, you have counters. It's not where you hit one button over and over and over and get a fucking 20-hit combo because it's Dragon Ball Z characters.
The issue, I'm fine with WWE being up there. Whether the best fighting game.
No, it don't deserve it. I'm just saying I wouldn't be as mad.
But my issue is you put fucking top spin in this shit. Who the fuck has played a tennis game in forever? Oh my god, you bought it.
It's a banger. It's a banger. It's a banger. It's a banger. It's a banger.
You only bought it because Serena on a.
Nah, it's a banger. I played it. I streamed it and everything. It's a banger. What you mean?
Yo.
It's a bang. Top Spin is a good game, man.
Stream, you need to tell us your total amount of time played in that game because I'm curious how much time you put into it.
But it's gotta be I would say probably about 7 hours. I don't have like a huge amount of time. It's probably about 7 hours. I like my career mode is pretty good in it.
Let me ask you a question about the fighting game category because I know you're like, what games were not nominated that you think should have been? Because from my understanding, this was not a great year for fighting games.
No, it wasn't. Not at all.
It's just Tekken, and everything else that came out was nostalgia purposes. Well, maybe Tekken and Granblue, because we do begin. Because I know a lot of people who play Granblue who really do enjoy that game. I think it's just Tekken and Granblue. Everything else has been nostalgia for fighting games.
I agree.
Dragon Ball and Marvel vs. Capcom. That was it. It's just nostalgia. And that's just to fill up the older individuals like Gutta who grew up on Marvel vs. Capcom, and individuals like me who grew up on Tekken Ichi. That is it. Outside of that, dog, it has not been a great year. The best year was last year when you had games like, well, again, Mortal Kombat came out this year, right? Or am I tripping?
No, last year.
Last year. Mortal Kombat came out last year. People were excited, but we all know how that ended. Street Fighter 6 dropped. There was a couple other fighting games that were very good dropped last year. I just don't know what they were. Did DNF come out last year?
I think they have.
I'm looking it up right. I'm looking up the nominees right now.
I remember
Street Fighter 6, God of Rock, Mortal Kombat 1, Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2, which is also a platform brawler, and
that was trash.
Pocket Bravery.
Never heard of it.
Okay, so now I'm starting to see the best fighting game category is usually just two winners, and it just at that point y'all can figure it out.
Yeah, this was a terrible year. I just feel like if you're gonna have some bullshit in there that shouldn't be there, especially with you pushing this dumbass DLC nerd, nominate Chaos Reigns and then fucking. I'd rather they nominate fucking Jujutsu Kaisen or some shit over fucking. You know, it's just like, come on, bro. If we nominating bullshit, just throw some bullshit in there. That's actually a fighting game. That's all I'm saying.
Bad games nominated now.
If it's a fighting game,
Oh my god.
It's just interesting to me that you reject platform.
and then
brawlers as fighters.
No, I don't. Yeah, they're not fighting games. But multiverse is also not a good game. To be fair, if it was a Smash in there this year, I would be like, you know what? It's not a fighting game, but look, Smash is a banger. We're not gonna argue.
How do you feel about Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl?
Dog shit.
Trash.
Dog
Trash.
shit.
I
It's
played
dog
it.
shit.
Trash.
I played the first one. Remember they gave it away for free on PS Plus. Trash.
It did. And I played it with some
Never
friends.
started it either.
Garbage.
Trash.
I think I had more fun on. I think I got more time on Multiversus Beta than I did a Nickelodeon All Star.
Yeah, I do too. I do too. Yeah. I do too.
Like, I mean, at the end of the day, it's this is what you got, bro. I mean, I'm more mad. The biggest thing I'm more mad about than Elden Ring is the fact that the esports athlete, like the FGC community, needs to really like go on a strike or some shit when it comes to Jeff Keighley bullshit. Cause, dog, the fact that you ain't got Punk the God up here, Sonic Fox, nobody from fighting games in the best esports athlete, it's just motherfuckers from fucking League of Legends and Dodo. And not Dodo, Dragon
Dodo.
Yeah, I
you could just make up like 8 names right now, and I'd believe that they're esports athletes. I
No,
don't know any.
Sonic Fox should have been there, bro. That's a travesty, bro.
Punk
Is-
won Evo.
Is that
Yeah.
the guy who always wears? Wait, is Sonic Fox the guy who always wears his kink suit everywhere?
Yes,
Mhm.
That's creepy as hell.
but he's a
And
dope ass fighting.
the
game.
winner of Evo
He might be,
should
okay, but he's still creepy as hell.
automatically be a lock for that category. I don't understand why they don't.
Exact. Yo, Punk won his first ever Evo. Oh my. Like, I don't think people understand it. Like, that dude has been hunting Evo for his entire since I want to say
Listen, man.
2014 or whatever when he first got there and he never got back to the finals.
It goes back
Finally
to the
getting back.
the randomness and the logic, bro, of most of the categories. Again, we ain't really talk about the sports category. I don't even know everything that's nominated. But how do you not have NCAA, which was like the second biggest sports game this year,
Okay,
nominated?
so it's F1 24, EA Sports FC 25, NBA 2K25, Top Spin, and WWE. That's
Come
the
on,
sports
bro.
category.
They
No,
could
I agree with that. NCAA, like, that definitely has a better argument. I would even say.
And
that
don't they have a
NBA
racing game? Or was it sports and racing together?
It was
It's sports and racing.
Okay, all right. So
It's
all right.
racing.
So F1 can stay, but you got come on, bro. You have at some point you have to fucking take out WWE or Top Spin to get NCAA.
Well,
it don't matter which
their
one, bro.
Their description also is for the best traditional and non-traditional sports.
but
and
okay,
racing
okay.
games.
So why isn't NCAA?
I'm just saying they got to take out one of them.
I agree. It should be in there. I've said that already.
No, I'm not saying, but I'm just arguing.
Hold up,
See,
Madden wasn't
arguing
nominated
that-
either.
It was
Madden's
not.
trash. Madden's trash, bro. Madden's
But
trash.
that's, I would say NCAA has a better argument than NBA this year because NBA
No,
has been in
agreed.
decline because it's pure VC madness all the time now.
So that like he don't. This is the thing. He knows what he's doing. That's why I don't pay attention no more because this is just. I'm here for trailers at this point. 'Cause
Yeah,
this
I'm here for
makes
game
no
announcements.
sense. Like the logic behind it. Even when you try to break it down, the logic still don't make no sense.
Did they have an action game category nominees this year?
Yes,
They have both
actually-
action and action adventure, which was a point of contention before.
Actually, action adventure and action arguably might be the best two categories in the game because you got best action game, Black Myth Wukong, COD, for whatever reason, but okay.
You said
Helldivers 2,
hold on. You said COD?
Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is nominated for best.
I don't
action
think there's
game.
a shooter category, is there?
No, but it's best multiplayer also, and it might win best multiplayer.
Well, now
Uh,
in fairness, this was apparently the best Call of Duty campaign in like a
was.
decade.
It was.
I still ain't played it, bro. I gotta play it this
I
weekend,
dog.
bro.
God 6 campaign is fire.
I've been on that
Helldivers
multiplayer.
2, Stellar Blade, and Warhammer. I think best action game. Again, I voted for Black Myth Wukong because I truly think Black Myth Wukong is gonna win. And I love Stellar Blade, but from everybody telling me, and I've watched the streams. Shout out my man Ant and Baticus. Black Myth Wukong is really the better action game out of all.
You know what? I would say Warhammer deserves it. I think Warhammer should
You can
should
make
win.
you can make an argument. Then you got best action adventure, which is also, to me, I voted Prince of Persia because that to me is the best action adventure game. You got Astrobot, you got Silent Hill 2, Star Wars Outlaws, and Zelda Echoes of Wisdom.
Does not deserve a nomination.
Zelda does not deserve a nomination. I don't even know how the fuck Silent Hill 2 got in that as best action game. But
Oh,
all right.
don't argue Silent Hill 2. Aaron will show up at your house.
I would pick Silent Hill 2 out of that category.
Fuck out of here.
I would.
Is there not a horror category?
What else?
That's
What else should
surprising.
win? Like what the
There's no horror category.
See,
Prince of Persia? My Prince of Persia didn't work, so fuck them. I don't care about Prince of Persia.
the
It didn't
best
work. I don't care.
Prince of
The
Persia is the
game
best action
didn't
game.
work. It was broken as fuck on launch. I don't care. That game sucks.
That game worked
Zero.
perfectly for me.
I had zero problems at launch.
That
I'm
game
me too, like,
sucks.
I don't know how.
I don't
what
care
you-
about
what
it.
you were playing on, bro. That game worked.
I was playing on
perfectly.
PS5. The game.
It's more about how, for some reason, your tech items just fall apart.
No, my PS5 still working. My daughter playing right now. That game just
Apparently
didn't
it's
work.
not. If it can't play the games.
It didn't work, bro.
That game came out perfectly fine for me, bro.
Yeah,
You,
I had no
you the
problem.
only person because it was more people on Reddit complaining about the same bug that I got, and that's why I took that shit back.
I ain't had no bug. At best, the only bug I had was getting my ass beat by the bosses. That was it.
Yeah.
All right, what else we got on the agenda, man? We know long story short, the Game Awards is gonna be ass. Nobody don't care. We're just here for fucking trailers, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I'm not here for no performances, no guest speaker, bro. I'm just here.
He
for-
said no guest speaker.
I don't want to fucking see Al Pacino or Robert De Niro. I don't. Just let's move
Bro,
on,
I swear to God, bro, if they bring Kojima on the stage, look at that dumb fucking cloud game again, yo, for fucking 20 minutes, bro. Please, bro, save the time, bro.
Oh,
I
wait,
will give
yeah.
them a break if they have
Wait.
another Muppet. The only
Wait.
one that's allowed is another Muppet.
Crazy part is Kojima's actually nominated. Kojima's actually
What's he nominated for? He didn't even put nothing out this year.
Most anticipated game.
I was gonna say
Oh, okay.
like the
most
one for next
anticipated.
year.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Game Kojima, bro. No matter what, GTA 6 is also nominated for that and goes to
Yeah, GTA 6 is gonna run away with that.
Crazy part is that's the logical answer.
Nah.
I don't. Jeff Keighley's
You
such
know-
a Kojima guy.
I'm about to say, you know Kojima is his best friend, bro. That GTA 6 ain't got no goddamn chance of winning that shit. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah. Logically, that GTA 6 is correct, but it probably will be Kojima in Death Stranding 2. All right, what else we got? We got Stalker 2 nonsense.
Stalker 2, y'all want to talk about Stalker 2?
That game
I haven't
is
played it
trash.
yet.
That game is That game is trash.
You played it, Joseph?
No, I have it installed. I just haven't had a chance to play it yet.
You might as well uninstall it, bro.
I heard the tech issues are pretty bad, which is why I'm also a little I'm not in a rush to try it. I figure give them a day or two to get another patch out. You know what I mean?
I seen a bug earlier where some dude was on Twitter complaining that it was an NPC. After he reloaded his save, it was an NPC that was blocking the door, and that he can't progress because he can't leave the house that he was in. I'm so sorry. I should have retweeted that shit, bro.
That's terrible.
He literally can't progress the game.
That is terrible.
But this was the game that's supposed to save Xbox, man. We know it had a tumultuous development and everything.
Come on, dog. They've been saying that for the past 6 years. It's the game that's supposed to save Xbox. It's the game that's dog. Stop saying that. Stop saying
I will
that.
say, Skill Up's review, he talked about how he can see a good game in there.
Oh, not
Like,
Shill
if they
Up.
can get-
Oh my god.
I understand
Jesus
that though. There are
Christ,
times
man.
where games that come out in a bad technical state, if they get that fixed, it could be an amazing game. I'm just saying, until you get that fixed, it's not an amazing game, and that's
y'all know
fair.
Y'all know that YouTube content.
This is the same dude that comes out and will say, "Oh, I can't recommend Star Wars right now because it's got too many technical issues." But when it comes to something, a game that he getting paid to promote and talk about, oh well, I can see that there's a good foundation in there and it's gonna get fixed. Fuck out of here, Shilla. We don't want to hear your bullshit. Go ahead, Joseph.
Do you know that YouTube content creator named Shirako? I think Shirako. How you say his
I
name?
think I've seen his name on Twitter. I don't know who that is.
All right. So recently, you might have seen the tweet though. If I might mispronounce the name, but his tweet said, "Yo, Stalker 2 is the worst game I've ever played since."
Oh
Cyberpunk
my
2077."
god.
And we know somebody that we're cool with in Sumo who played it. That shit looks garbage.
Mhm.
That shit looks trash. That shit might look worse than Redfall. The fact that they're calling it the Ukraine Redfall is insane.
I just hope that by the time I get my white Series X on tax time, they patched it up and it's playable. That's all.
I think it's time for. So we've had the Halo Infinite debacle, which was eventually saved though, from what I've heard.
Mhm.
But 50-50 depending on who you talk to when it comes to Halo.
Yeah.
You had the debacle of
Redfall.
Redfall. You had not debacle of Starfield, but Starfield did underachieve. Now you have Stalker 2. Am I missing? Son of Hellblade.
Oh well, you might as well talk about Flight Simulator since we're talking about debacles.
Flight Sim. I don't pay attention to that.
Is that
Flight
a debacle?
Flight Simulator, it's got a
the
super
release
low
date.
Steam. It's got a super low Steam rate right now because nobody can fucking play the game on launch.
And then Jay's 2 cents, who's a PC guy, he feels that the game is a gotcha game, as in They were touting it as like a mobile, like a cloud version of the game, and he says when you start the game constantly, every time you start the game, you have to watch the game load in. So you'll be flying, and then there's nothing there, and you're slowly watching the stuff pop in. And he's just like, I don't feel like I'm in a simulator. I feel like I'm in a lower version of Flight Sim from 2020. He's like, this is bullshit.
All right, so at this point, do you think that Xbox has a problem with quality control, or do you think that they're just trying to rush everything out the door to fill the gaps with having not a lot of games?
Well, they got a Avowed coming out in February, and I've heard positive reviews about Avowed early on from the people.
I was going to point out, remember, now Stalker 2 and Flight Simulator are absolutely part of why Avowed got pushed back to February, because they wanted to give gamers backlogs.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
Yeah. So that does irritate me, because I would say that Microsoft themselves don't, but they are terrible at coming in and overseeing projects.
Yep.
Because that to me is kind of the history we're seeing. Like Redfall was started in development before they ever bought, Bethesda.
Mm-hmm.
But it was over like a year after that they had bought Bethesda, so it was still their publishing the game. They could have said, no, we're going to wait until this is in a better state, but they chose not to. You know why? Because they had a content hole in their Game Pass release. So they seem to not be able to come in and manage projects. Now, they have some studios that do good work, like Microsoft Game Studios over time. Like, if you look at their history, even going way back, like, Xbox Game Studios has released games in good states. I'm not going to say it's total. But then coming in to oversee projects has not been great.
I think it's been mainly this generation, too. Like, mainly this generation.
Well, this is also the generation where they bought a ton of... Well, that's not 100% true. In Xbox One, they announced a bunch of projects that never came out.
Yep.
There was a bunch of projects that never did see the light of day.
So, and again, I think it has to do with Microsoft. It's weird. They are too hands off, as weird as it sounds for a publisher. Like they don't come in and demand quality control. They don't come in and set timetables. They kind of are too much like, here, do your own thing, and then nothing ever happens.
Is Indiana Jones going to save the year for Xbox? I think.
I think it'll be good.
That gameplay showing, bro. I ain't gonna call the game trash, but that gameplay don't look and that gameplay don't look impressive to me.
I give them the benefit of the doubt because Machine Games has traditionally made good games.
They're good at what they do.
The last Wolfenstein game, Youngblood, was trash, so there is warning signs there. But I'm at least gonna try it. See,
you're like one of the few people I know that like that game. Mark.
Yeah, that's true. But so I'm gonna try it. But if it does turn out to be a disappointment, I mean, Avowed, I bet will be good just because Obsidian is good.
They should have dropped Avowed, bro.
Avowed, I will say this: Avowed has added a third-person feature that will probably get people to buy it because they weren't feeling the first-person.
All the previews look really positive. Like a bunch of gameplay previews dropped today.
That's what I was about to refer to. A lot of positive feedback came from Avowed that a lot of people were very excited for. So again, at the end of the day, we still got to see final product come in February. But like, as you're betting on Indiana Jones, don't put your house on that because I've listened. Gutter, you said it looked trash. A bunch of content creators say that gameplay looked trash. It probably was something that should have went third person, but you didn't want to do third person because you didn't want to be compared to Uncharted. Yeah. You probably should have just took that. I'm gonna try to be Uncharted right now because that first person gameplay with Indiana Jones does not look good at all.
Well, and I'm hoping the percentage of time spent in stealth isn't super high. Like I understand that Indy isn't. He's not a Call of Duty guy, right? He's not running around with a machine gun killing everything.
I think they said most of the game is going to be stealth and puzzles.
Well, I don't mind if it's more puzzles because it is kind of Indiana
Jones.
No,
they said it's a lot of stealth in the preview. They said a lot of stealth.
That does worry me.
Because all Indy got is just a whip, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Just a whip. You get whipped and you tell me if it's just a whip.
What's crazy is that they mentioned you can hide the bodies.
There's a joke there, but I'm not going to say it.
Hey, stall them out. Stall them out. Stall them out.
As soon as I said it, I was like, damn it. I wish I was saying this to Mars.
I was like, you just gave me a D-Way lob. I said, oh, bro.
Just like Mars said, though, it's focus on stealth. You can hide this big focus on hiding the bodies and really using the whip, staying out of sight.
I'm a huge indie fan.
That's more suited for Hitman, though. That style of gameplay is more suited for Hitman.
Well, forget Hitman. Like, you look at any games that do the the hidden aspect of it and you hide, it makes sense because it's like here's an espionage game. And so like yeah, I get like I've seen the majority of the indie films where he is sneaking in, but you don't see him like hiding people in like lockers or let me hide it behind this. He just knocks them out and just puts them down. He's not grabbing them like let me hide him in the shadows. Like he doesn't do that. Like what? What are we doing?
Dressing in other outfits makes sense. He has done that.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
there are elements that make
that's
sense.
a good feature. I think there's.
But
a
I
good
think
feature
that
there.
I think the balance, if that's off, that's going to be worrying. Did you guys ever play the old? And I'm talking old, like point and click adventures, like Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis.
Nah.
Why are you shaking your head like I pulled up some crap, man? At least I get it. I'm old.
No, as soon as you said point and click, I automatically know.
Yeah. But okay, look, when you're young, back in the day, you didn't have as many choices.
Oregon
okay?
Trail, that's
Back
the
when
only one I
was a kid-
played. Oregon Trail, the GOAT.
Yeah, but so that game captured the feel of Indiana Jones. Like there was fighting in that game, there was a lot of puzzles in that game, there was going from place to place to talk to people about like the story and stuff, like developing that stuff. That I felt captured the feel of Indiana Jones, and I'm worried that if it's just freaking Dishonored with a whip and without powers, that's not going to feel like Indiana Jones.
Honestly, it might just be that. It might really be because I was gonna say that it might just be Dishonored without the powers. That's it. At least in Dishonored, you had powers, a knife, and a gun.
Love Dishonored, dude. Dishonored is amazing.
Great.
All right, so what does this say? So are y'all worried about Blade?
Of course.
Xbox right now, yeah.
Well, I'm worried about anything Marvel related right now because everything they do seems to be freaking. Unless Insomniac's attached,
I'm about to say, yeah. Unless Insomniac name is attached to anything Marvel related.
Yeah, well, we know it's what's that studio? I forgot.
I don't even remember.
It's attached to the Redfall people. It's like Bethesda or something.
Oh, so, no,
Arcane
it's
Studios.
it's Arcane, but it's like a
Arcane Lion,
Yeah.
I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Arcane Studios is doing so. Arcane Studios is the same.
It's the London studio.
They did Deathloop as well. So and then they said they also are famous for doing first person games. So for doing Blade, a lot of people when they announced Blade, a lot of people were concerned is this going to be first person or third person. They did announce it is third person.
Yeah.
The question is what it's going to look like, what it's going to play like.
The one thing I will say is when they in the artwork, you see Blade hiding behind a wall. That concerns me. I don't need a stealthy Blade game.
That's
Please.
because that scene is him sending his daughter in, who you play as.
Oh my
90% of the
DEI
game.
higher, bro.
The thing about that Blade stealth can work since he's a vampire. I get that you don't want to play,
No.
but I think you got to kind of blend it with. I think it's got to be an option. Like if
It
you don't
can
play
work, but like Jolson said, it's got to be a balance, bro. It can't be too much of that shit.
It's gotta be like Dishonored though. Like it's an option. If you want to play stealth, play stealth. If you don't, if you want to go on guns blazing, go on guns blazing because you are fucking Blade.
Or give it to me like Spider-Man. There's plenty of missions on Spider-Man where they start you off and force you into stealth, but you can just jump down from the fucking ceiling and start whooping everybody's ass if you want to.
I'd argue that Blade isn't even a good fit for deciding stealth for like what if
That's what I'm saying.
I don't really read the comics. I have never seen a single project where Blade's like, I'm gonna sneak in first. He kicks the door and he goes, motherfucker, and then he stabs somebody.
Yeah.
The only reason I say stealth is because he's a vampire. Vampires always been known to be like stealthy like creatures and shit like that. So
Except this vampire.
That's why
I feel
say
like
stealth. But again, it's optional. I don't think you should force stealth on a Blade game. I think it should be optional. When you have the option of stealth, because I'm a dude who does like stealth. Like I try to be sneaky, I try to sneak in, I try to do all that other shit, right? And if you give me a Blade game like where I can like, yo, you can sneak in, or you gotta like sneak into a human laboratory or some shit to figure out some shit, I'm cool with that. Or if I can go on guns blazing, I'm cool with that. I don't want to be forced to do it, like unless I'm playing Call of Duty, where I'm forced to play stealth for a certain mission. That's when I'm like, no, I'm doing stealth because this is a stealth.
Call of
mission.
Duty got 4 stealth missions.
well, like the famous sniper missions where you're not supposed to like get.
That's exactly.
Okay.
That
Yeah.
one actually is done well. That was done well.
Those are forced stealth. Like I'm, the only game that can pull off forced stealth missions are Call of Duty. That is it. That is it. Because you're more locked into me, and because it feels like the stakes are higher in a Call of Duty.
Well,
game.
and Batman.
And plus, you're usually playing some fucking secret soldier, so it makes more sense.
Yeah.
I will say, Arcane has bought some goodwill. So I will take a wait and see approach and assume that they will do something good with it.
They worked on Redfall. This same studio also
That-
helped on Redfall. I'm just
Different-
saying they helped.
different
They in the
studio.
credits.
No.
This studio that
There
is
was
making
some
Blade,
support.
they supported some of Redfall. That's all. So they attached to it. That's
Okay.
all I'm saying.
But Toys for Bob also had to help support Call of Duty. It doesn't necessarily mean Toys for Bob is bad.
I mean, they've been putting out some mid. I mean, you know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna let
They haven't put out a game.
I think so.
Toys for Bob or
Crash 4 was mid, bro. It was
was gonna say
mid,
they
bro. It wasn't a banger, man. Like it wasn't a banger like the other Crash games. It was okay. It was alright.
it's like one of the highest rated platformers of the last
It's
decade.
okay. It's not
Yeah,
bad.
that shit fired me. That like
I'm always caught off guard when somebody's like, "This great acclaimed game is trash." I'm like, "Wow, okay, all right, whatever."
Oh, you Alan Wake 2 and Death Stranding then.
Oh yeah.
Alan Wake
shit.
2 is amazing. I know you did. I know you fell
All right,
off. It's
keep
fine.
going, Josh.
Yeah, just keep going.
But yeah, Blade is going to be a very important game for Xbox because I also think it's also a very important game for Marvel where we've had this talk about the black superheroes getting more attention. Like Blade's probably like a top 5 biggest black superhero of all time.
Mm-hmm.
If this game flops, I think there's going to be one day Marvel might start having a dialogue about their video game division. It's like, yo, we might want to be able to trust one studio to perfect our superheroes, and that's Insomniac. I'm not saying Marvel's going to throw it. Actually, I'm not. I don't know what I'm saying at this point. Marvel could throw the bag at PlayStation, be like, yo, you got exclusive right to all our heroes, make whatever you want because you guys do them right. Again, I doubt that. So I think Blade is important. I think the Captain America game coming up, the Captain America Black Panther game is very important. I think I think Marvel has 3 big games.
I was about to say, I think they testing the waters right now, trying to see who want to deliver the best game because all of these games are made by different studios.
You know what's funny is that I actually think BioWare could have made an Iron Man game because Anthem was a good foundation for an Iron Man game.
Because it's EA and then it's BioWare.
I'm not sure that BioWare is
doing
doing it, but I know it's under EA, and BioWare is under EA. I'm not sure who's developing Iron Man, though.
No. I don't know who's developed. I'm saying if you played Anthem at all, which was a BioWare
Yeah, it had the
game,
perfect Iron Man flight system.
It had Iron Man flight. Yeah.
Mhm.
I will say, I when it comes to Blade, I am a little worried, but I do think Arcane has bought themselves some goodwill. I think I'm mostly worried in terms of how is Microsoft overseeing the project. Because I could see a scenario where the game comes out too early because they haven't
developed by Motive.
Motive?
Yeah, I don't know who that
what
is.
has Motive
But
done?
so
Some Star Wars related, right? I think.
Yeah.
What they did?
I could see a scenario where Black Panther
and Dead Space remake.
Oh yeah,
That's not bad.
I'm worried.
but I could see a scenario where Blade is put out in a bad state because they have to fill a Game Pass.
Mm. Who doing Black Panther? Look
yeah.
up who doing the solo Black Panther game that's coming out.
That's Arcane Lion.
No,
not
No,
Black
that's
Panther.
Blade.
Sorry, that's Blade. Yeah.
Yeah, not the one with Captain America, the solo one, because there's a solo one coming too.
I forgot about it as a solo Black Panther game coming out. Shit.
You know why? Because all
Was
these things
that
were announced like
Ubisoft?
3 years ago, and we ain't seen nothing since.
It might have been Ubisoft.
Oh, that's
making that game.
EA. I think it's EA's making a single player Black Panther game. It's Cliffhanger Games.
Oh yeah, Cliffhanger. Yeah, so EA. Okay, all right. So they got both of them.
Cliffhanger led by Kevin Stevens, who was previously studio head at Shadow of Mordor.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. That's all I need to know.
Ooh, the Nemesis system with Black Panther could work.
Yeah, that's gonna be fire.
Yeah.
That's gonna be fire. And then the Captain America and Black Panther game looked like a straight, Sony movie. So that's gonna be like a straight Sony movie game. So I'm sure that's gonna be good.
I honestly am very curious to pay attention to the Marvel video game division because they obviously know the success of Spider-Man and ultimately they know they're going to be the numbers on Wolverine. It's going to be very curious of what their other how they're looking at the other franchise because there was Guardians of the Galaxy was very successful in my eyes. Even though I think Square Enix deemed it not successful, that was a fire game.
Yeah.
So we're going to see Blade, Black Panther, Captain America, and Iron Man. Those are 4. You got 4 Marvel future titles dropping out. And also Midnight Suns. Midnight Suns was a dope game.
Oh, I love that game, bro. I played that game so long.
I tried it, but card games, anything with a card
Same.
system, I kind of fall off of, which is funny because Balatro.
See?
I've not played Balatro yet. I just think it's funny. Huh?
Did you play Marvel
Sorry, for some reason I
Yeah, your
couldn't hear
mic
you.
mad low.
Your mic has been acting
Okay.
up for like
I
the
was
past
worried
He
it was
said it's
me.
been acting up.
I might. Why y'all ain't say nothing?
No, it just went low for me. It just
It
now
went
went super low.
low. Were you asking if I played Marvel Snap?
Yeah, Marvel Snap. Yeah, I should have
Nah,
said
no.
that.
I try to avoid things that might have addictive potential because I'm ADHD and impulsive.
Gotta respect it. You gotta respect that.
Listen, even. Go ahead, Joseph.
I was just gonna say I already buy video games. Like I think I might like buying video games more than playing them based on my purchase history.
Listen, I was gonna say even Avengers was a fire game with gameplay. They just
enjoyed
fucked
it
everybody
really
up.
well.
They just fucked it all up with the fucking the online BS. That's all. The campaign was good.
Microtransactions.
Yeah, all the microtransaction shit ruined it. The gameplay was good. The combat was good. Iron Man
You
felt
guys
good to fly
agree on
with in
that.
that game. You said
I
what?
didn't get far because I found most of the missions boring.
They were.
See, that's the thing. It's the
Missions
it's the
were repetitive.
content. See, that's the thing. The content.
But even
It just became
Playing is-
smash aim robot over and over and over and over again. Too much,
Yeah.
and that's what
Y'all
ruined
hear me
it.
good now?
Yeah, you
I mean,
sure?
you've been fine ever since you did whatever you did.
you had like
You're
one
good.
drop,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, cool.
It's like you're asking me if I played Marvel Snap in secret. You play it.
I don't know. I might. It might be time.
I have it in my Steam library. I never played it. I don't know. I'll play it one day.
But I think Microsoft has a problem.
Oh, we got Marvel Rivals in 2 weeks. But yeah, go ahead.
Yo,
true.
honestly, that game. I would say the art style first is fire. The art style looks fire.
I'll
They
give you
got,
that.
Mars
they-
mad. He hating on
they
it.
hero-
Look, Mars made. He hating on it. He hating
I'm
on
not
it.
hating on it. No.
Mars. I said Mars hating on Mars. I like Conquer too, bro. I like Conquer
Did
too,
we
bro.
need another hero shooter?
We gotta let it go, bro.
I
Didn't we
don't know.
just agree that hero shooters are dumb?
We gotta let it go, bro.
You wanna know why I'm
We
not playing
got.
it?
We gotta let Conquer rest in peace, bro.
Overwatch
They
Classic
gonna-
is out.
That's gonna survive.
Overwatch
That's
Classic
longer
is out.
content.
And then now they're like, yeah, see, now we bring you back what you really wanted. I'm like, you brought this back because of Rivals. You didn't bring this back for the fans. You just
Oh,
don't
yeah.
want to lose.
Also, because our Overwatch 2 was pointless. They made a sequel
Pointless.
that didn't need to
Overwatch.
exist.
Yo, I know a big Overwatch player, bro.
Sequel.
He
Sequel.
hates
That shit was a
Overwatch.
copy and paste of the first game.
Yeah, he hates Overwatch too.
Um,
The Marvel Rivals does look interesting because of the art style, and again, like of course they're gonna have to nerf it because they just unveiled Hawkeye. And Hawkeye already looks like mad OP,
Mhm.
but I'm very intrigued. I don't know if I'm gonna play it because I don't really do hero shoes like.
I'm gonna play it.
Yeah.
But to Mars' point,
I'm gonna
if this
touch
was a new IP with some random characters, I absolutely would be like, man, this shit look dog shit. I'm not fucking playing it. But because of the fact that I can use Spider-Man in the game, I'll be on it day one. I will be spending money to unlock the costumes. They got me. They got me.
They got Black Panther, Doctor Doom. They got a stack.
Oh, and they got my girl Penny Parker in the Spider-Man.
Penny
I'm
Parker.
playing with that, and they got my boy Big Venom on there. So I mean, like, just because they got the characters I want to play with, I'm gonna be playing it.
if they announced the Spider-Man Web of Shadows $70 for PS5 remaster tomorrow, Spider would pick that up day one.
Can
Yeah.
I
How about
it
two
could
of
be
them?
an upgrade. It could be a Donkey Kong Country style just re-release.
He said,
Buy the day
Donkey
one.
Kong Country.
Of all the Spider-Man games, does it have to be Web of Shadows though? Can't we get Shattered Dimensions?
I picked one that Web of Shadows is way better than Shattered Dimension. That's why
I
I picked
actually
it.
like Shattered Dimensions more than Web of Shadows.
You
I
know
like Web
what?
of Shadows because it's actually Spider-Man in a city, not go through levels and do things.
I'm cool with that. I got to play as 4 different Spider-Man and go up against some of the iconic bad guys from different universes that all were different.
That's a
I
tough
like Web.
conversation.
I like Web slinging around a city. Like
I
that's a
love
huge
both
thing
of
for
them,
me now.
man. I don't know if I could choose between the two.
Web of Shadows to me was just. It's not that bad. It's like, yo, Shattered Dimension was more my Spider-Man game. I think.
Really, the point is, Spider would give them like hundreds of dollars if they announced
Oh, he would.
these projects tomorrow. If they re-released all of
listen,
them on PS5 tomorrow, he would buy them all.
Listen, but you know the difference? You know the difference between Donkey Kong and Spider-Man? Spider-Man actually gets new games. I'm not forced to
Right.
play an old-ass Spider-Man game at full price. With Donkey Kong, we don't got no choice. When the last time he had a new game? Wii U? 20,
Was it the one that they're re-releasing?
Yeah.
Tropical Freeze on Wii U? That was the last new Donkey Kong game.
It's all you deserve. But back to the original point, though, like what started all of this, I do think Microsoft has an oversight problem. Like talking about like Stalker 2 is a bad example because they're not actually a Microsoft. It's not Microsoft published. It is on Game Pass.
But do you think
It's not.
if they didn't have to deal with Stalker 2 and that wasn't coming out on Game Pass that they would have pushed back Avowed though?
I think you're right. I think it's because it was on the Game Pass schedule, they would have released Avowed. Because, and you know what, I was thinking about, because I got a mess when I was logging into the Xbox app one day. It was like you can preload Avowed. That doesn't come out for 3 months. I've never seen a game preload that early.
Was that your tweet? I remember I saw that.
Yeah, I was talking about it. Because, but here, what I realized is that's a sign that the game is done. It is just sitting there. They could release it tomorrow, but they're not because they will Stalker 2 and freaking the gotcha style, what is the plane simulator is out. Like, that's why I can't play Avowed for 3 more months? Screw you, Microsoft.
I still think Avowed coming out in a bad month, but again, we got to wait for final product, but I think February is just a bad month.
They don't care because it's Game Pass. It's Game Pass content to keep people subscribed. They need you subscribed from November playing Stalker and Flight Simulator to December to play Indiana Jones to February to play Avowed. That's what they're doing. They don't give a shit about the other games releasing because they don't care. It's not as much about sales. It's the Netflix, we have content. And this is what worries me about Game Pass as long term, is when do games stop being actual games made to be good and instead made to make content
to fill a schedule,
Yeah.
Yep.
But anyway, so this is where I think Microsoft is not the company I would trust to oversee that type of stuff anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I 100% could see them just having some studios under them make content, not games.
All right, off of Xbox, we gonna mop up these ponies real quick. So, y'all GOAT, Aloy, what's going on, man? Low scores on Lego Horizon. Reportedly, the game has only sold 35,000 copies. It's not doing well. What happened with that? Another bomb?
Well, it's not a game.
No,
well, first off, Horizon Forbidden West didn't bomb.
No, I'm talking about Lego Horizon, the new game.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying when you say another bomb, like
no, I'm saying because we had Conquered, we got Lego, and it was another game that scored low this year.
Lego Horizon is
it's about expanding the brand to a new market.
Yeah.
That's what the game is about.
I think a lot of people don't really know the Horizon story, even though it is an original story in Lego Horizon. I think most Lego games are familiar characters that people know. Like know, and I'm someone who's played a majority of them over the summer to Platinum. You know the Lego Star Wars characters. You know Lego Marvel superhero characters. You know the Lego DC characters. You know the Lego Incredible characters. Like they're characters you're familiar with. So going to Aloy was an interesting choice. I'm not gonna say it was a bad choice because Sony wants to expand their market with Aloy. They want to make her a bigger brand, especially with rumors of a show coming out. I just think that if you thought. Are they get canceled, or is it getting like kind of like the God of War treatment?
I think
No, it
got canceled at like Amazon, but the show's not canceled. But like,
okay, there you go.
It'll most likely it'll just be canceled if nobody else wants to pick it up.
Okay.
They need to make it animated. Just do that. But
oh man, an anime would be great.
Yeah.
Wow, so they can talk about her jawline like they did Lara Croft.
That show looks like the art in that show is terrible.
You talking about the Lara Croft one?
Yeah, the Netflix show.
I actually enjoyed it. I just enjoyed that. I actually enjoyed that for what it was.
I watched the first episode, and the drawings and it still kind of look okay, but when animated, like the animation wasn't good. Anyway.
I think it was mid. We're gonna leave it at that. I just think it was mid. But to the Lego Horizon one, which I'm going to pick up eventually too, because I want to platinum that one. I don't know would y'all really expecting it was going to do like 1 million copies?
I'm not gonna lie, I assumed that with it going to Switch and PC as well as PS5, and with Horizon being over 30 million sold, I'm not saying I thought it was gonna do Lego fucking Star Wars numbers or nothing like that, but I assumed it would at least hit 1 million in the first month.
The game. Think about their biggest hit. Actually, I got probably somebody fact check that for me. Like their biggest hits from the Lego franchise. Like it's games that people are really really familiar with in terms of the franchise. Marvel Superheroes, I think, was one of the first one was like one of their biggest hits. Mm-hmm. Like Lego, it's a franchise people are really familiar with. Like everybody knows the Marvel Superheroes. Same thing for Lego DC Supervillains. It's like Lego Star Wars Skywalker. It's like they're franchises that people know by.
And then it might be like the lowest rated. It's got to be one of the lowest rated Lego. I've never seen a Lego game rated this low.
It's also not a traditional Lego game. That's the thing. Most traditional Lego games are open world with different missions and puzzles. This one was more like top down style. So.
Well, and also like this is them trying to expand it to a younger demographic as well. partially. Like, you can see that with the Switch, with the Lego stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And let's not forget, it released close enough to Christmas that, I don't know, I don't think this is a game you can judge success right away. Because it's less about pure... I think it's less about pure game sales and more about how they build the brand and how they're expanding it in certain ways.
I can see that.
I'm betting Christmas it'll get a bump. Maybe not a huge. I don't know. We'll see.
And I think it's too close to Astrobot, honestly.
But also, I think I'd have to see the budget, because this could be a game too where they don't need to sell.
Yeah, you know the
copies.
budget ain't crazy. It's
Yeah,
gotta be.
so,
Like
and
Lego-
I think that's smart on them to have smaller projects to kind of build a brand up with.
Lego games normally, as far as I know, have huge like Concord like budgets. But I'm not gonna look at it as a flop, because at the end of the day, this wasn't meant for everybody. Like, this wasn't a game that, like, you're not gonna we pick up Forbidden West because that's a game for us. That's a game for young adults or kids or who are familiar with who are good with the franchise or adults. The Lego games, I'm not trying to say they're for kids, but they're very simplistic games to introduce gaming to kids. Like, it's a fun comedic relief video game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Gutter's daughter could probably play this and probably love it.
I just thought it was going, I thought we was going to at least see 500K sold the first month or something like that. I didn't think it was going to sell as bad as it's doing. If
they would have did, because the thing is, my issue with the Lego franchise when it comes to the game is that, and the Skywalker Saga is fire. Like, that's probably their best one. My issues is that y'all been avoiding one of my favorite franchises for too long, and y'all need to go to, and that's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I've been waiting for a Lego Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game, but I just think I found it interesting that you chose Aloy, because it's like Aloy's still relatively a new character in the world of gaming. Like, she debuted back on PS4?
Yeah.
2015, 2014, 2016. Help me out here.
I don't know.
Horizon 1.
Horizon 1 came out. It came out the second year I moved to Texas. It was 2017, I think. 2016 or 2017.
Yeah, she's barely a decade old. Like, and I get that Sony's probably just trying to get into the kids, but I feel like maybe I don't think they have any franchises that maybe outside of Astrobot that could be Legoized.
You got chill on the Ninja Turtles too, bro. They get a fucking game every fucking 4 months, bro. There's 2 games this year, bro.
Yeah, they don't get great games.
I mean, how many great games is it?
Outside of Shredder Revenge, what was the last time we got a great Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game? The movie based off the movie back,
I'd argue the one that came out the beginning of the year was pretty good. I liked it a lot.
The one based off the
I know you had a lot of
fun. No, the one that was it was an arcade game.
There was one base.
Wrath of the Mutants. I'd argue Wrath of the Mutants was pretty good. And Mutants Unleashed, I'm playing that right now. It's pretty good. It's not bad.
That's the one you thought about. Mutants Unleashed.
They make these simplistic brawlers to put out for the Ninja Turtles.
No, I'm telling you, people are calling it Persona Ninja Turtles. I keep trying to tell y'all, that game is not no simplistic brawler, bro. You got day and night cycle. You got to talk to people to advance the story and unlock new skills. You got open worlds. That game is pretty intricate for what it is, bro. I'm telling you. And people don't know that because they're going to look at it and say, oh, it's a Ninja Turtles game. Of course it's an average game. That game got so much to it, I cannot even sit down and play it for too long because I have other shit to play.
The Ninja Turtles is I want to probably I want a mature version of the Ninja Turtles.
You ain't gonna get that, not from Nickelodeon. Oh yeah, the Ronin. They making the Ronin game.
That's why I've been waiting on that one. Like, that's what I need. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I think the beat 'em up brawler like games are definitely good. Like, definitely good, especially like the Shredder's Revenge. That was a good game. But I think now, for a lot of people like who grew up with the franchise, who are now adults with kids and shit, it's like
I just need Nickelodeon to actually care and give them a budget for once.
I got a hear me out pitch for Ninja Turtles, because you know how sometimes on like Twitter and stuff they'll ask like if you could mix a franchise or something with a gameplay style, like what would you pick? I came up with the idea, and you're gonna hate it, I think, Spider, of a Dark Souls style Ninja Turtle game.
No, that would be fine.
You pick your initial class by picking which turtle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And instead of bonfires, you find sewer grates where you can go back home.
Mm-hmm.
And essentially, New York, you can make it Elden Ring style, where it's this kind of open world New York. And think of the bosses, like Dark Souls, Elden Ring style bosses, but you got Bebop, Rocksteady, their history of bad guys as a Dark Souls boss.
No, that would be amazing.
Yeah,
That would be interesting.
That would be fine.
I'd like to see more of it, but that would be interesting.
like there is potential there. Is all I'm saying. Like you pick your turtle that determines your weapon and playing type, and you could even do it where you could swap out. You could just have the 4 different characters and level them differently.
No, that's interesting. I would like that. That would be a good one. I'm not even a big Dark Souls guy. I'll probably buy that and play that.
I think the combat system actually kind of works for them. Like it's if you're not going like full on like oh crap Ninja Gaiden like craziness for them, grounded Dark Souls style would work.
I would have liked it more like a Arkham Knight, Spider-Man type combat with Ninja Turtles, especially with all the turns of team up takedowns.
I could see that.
Like y'all remember like Arkham Knight, like how you could like switch between Nightwing and Batman during certain missions and like just that free flow combat.
Well, they say the Ronin game takes inspiration from Batman and God of War, so we'll see.
I think that is the one that everybody, and I'm really hoping that's the one that really reignites the fire in a lot of Nickelodeon and investing in more of their classic characters for mature storylines, because the Ninja Turtles like comics are fucking fire. Like there's a lot of shit going on in the comics. Like who produced? I think who does them? Image, I think. Like whoever is on that comic team, bro, does a great job with the writing, and they're doing this
IDW. I think had a run.
IDW did have a run with them. Like they're doing a great job with the comics.
The problem with that
is
just
they made a new turtle. They made a 5th turtle now.
The 90% though of the Ninja Turtles is the Nickelodeon TV show movie stuff.
Yeah, that's what I said.
It's always targeted at kids. So Nickelodeon, I think they wouldn't muddle the brand too much. That's my issue. Now the Ronin stuff is kind of taken off.
It's the same thing with Power Rangers. Like Power Rangers has so many great storylines, but y'all keep doing the same shit over and over. Like when we gonna see like evil Tommy?
You need
with
a Power Rangers Dynasty Warriors game is what we need.
No. No.
Oh my god, that would be amazing,
bro. I'm just thinking about how bored I would be fighting 1,000 putties 2 hours into the game, bro. I'd be done with that shit. Bro.
Hey, yo, I tell you,
I have a universal. On paper, it matches.
Yeah. I have a universal saying when it comes to Dynasty Warriors, bro. You play one, you play them all.
The Origins demo is out too. Dynasty Warrior Origins. The demo is out there. I downloaded it. I'm gonna play as soon as this is done.
Hyrule Warriors was freaking legit.
But it's the
Zelda
same
one
thing. Yeah,
but I don't care. It's fun.
I think the only one that makes that great is because it had a great story behind it that led into Breath of the Wild.
Also, Gundam Warriors. Like there are some spin-offs that are pretty good. Persona Strikers was pretty good.
If you played one, you played them all.
Yeah, I dropped Strikers. I ain't gonna lie.
But if the gameplay loop is fun, that matters less to me.
I constantly used to buy the One Piece Pirate Warriors. You know,
oh god, they got you.
I was gonna say, if you're buying all that, if you're buying DBZ Tenkaichi, if you're buying Call of Duty, if you're buying Madden, nobody can talk to you about Dynasty Warriors.
Listen, look to Josh's point. He said he was buying One Piece and all that. Here's the thing. This is how when you buy these games, whether it be Call of Duty, Dynasty Warriors, you at some point you have to skip for a couple years, and then it will be fun to you.
Yeah,
I haven't played Dynasty Warriors since the Xbox One. So now when I play this Origins, it's probably going to be fun to me because I ain't played it forever.
Yeah, so I'll take a break. I'll take a few years off. You can be a Power Rangers Dynasty Warriors in 3 years. I'll be ready.
And then when you play it, after the first hour, you're gonna be bored. By the third mission,
you're gonna be bored. I will put 40 hours. If it's well made, I will put 40 hours into that game. I will never.
Listen, that is 40 hours on Dynasty Warriors is crazy.
That's like 40 maps.
That's crazy. That game.
You were playing the same maps over and over just with different characters to max them out. Nah, I'm not.
That game, Dynasty Warriors Origins, should not be longer than 10 hours, bro. If it's longer than 10 hours, they fail, bro.
What's the new Dynasty Warriors coming out? Dynasty Warriors
January
or something?
No, Origins. That's what he was talking about.
That's the new one? Oh, okay. I thought it was like
come out in January. The demo is out now on all platforms.
I am not. I think that out on my birthday.
There's more diversity. There's more diversity from character to character within the game than I think you're giving it credit for. But, I mean, a lot of games have a similar gameplay loop. So, I'm just saying, I bet you if we went through your gaming library, we could find games that are just as repetitive.
Like, y'all want to talk about oh my god, I literally...
That's why you got to take a break, bro. You can't play them all the time, bro.
I don't, and this is it. I don't buy every Dynasty Warriors. Like, I didn't buy 9, I didn't buy 8, I didn't buy 7.
I don't think I bought any of them since PS2. I think the last Dynasty Warriors I did was Gundam 1.
That's fine. That's fine.
You're-
I'm just saying, if you were to pick a brand that met
No.
with Dynasty Warriors,
No.
Power Rangers would fit.
It would
No.
fit, but nobody would. I think people would play it, then they realize like, yo, I don't want to play this no more.
Okay,
You're-
except for the fact that these games sell. Like you say that, oh, no one will
But
play
I'm
this.
not- no,
then how did we get
no.
Persona 5 Strikers? How did we get Dynasty Warriors
Hold
Zelda?
up, time
How
out,
did we get
time
all
out,
of
time
these?
out. Okay, hang on. We get that. But
I
at
like
the end
that.
of the day, yes, they're the same, but they have something that the other Dynasty Warrior games don't. They have a great story, Joel.
You think you can't tell?
Persona has
You
a great
can't-
Strikers has a great story behind it.
You were just saying you could tell a great story with Power Rangers.
I know. I said you could tell a great combat with Power Rangers with a different Power Ranger. You can't tell a great story. What's the story of Power Rangers outside?
Have you not paid
everybody-
attention to the comics?
And I don't know
They
if
have-
it's
they
gonna
have
be
some
Dynasty-
legit comic storylines.
Comics, yes, but I'm not talking about in the form of Dynasty Warriors.
I know,
I
but
think it has to be
because
something different.
you would take Rangers from all
If you take
history
Lord-
of the
okay,
Rangers.
You take the Lord Draken storyline.
That's
Lord
what I'm saying.
Draken,
You could do that storyline with like the history of Power Rangers
and just like yo, and I
and
gotta
Layton's freaking
I will
Tommy's
have-
likeness.
Well, yeah, here's the thing. Then you start with the Mighty Morphers, then you unlock the SPDs, and then Ninja Storm,
Yeah.
then the Thunder. Oh my, nah, bro. I'm no.
If y'all want more Power Rangers game, y'all better buy Reader's Rewind in a couple of weeks, man.
I know
That
people
does
are
look
going to
good.
buy.
That does look
I
good.
know a lot of people want to buy that. I know because again, that's one of those nostalgia games too. But it's just like I just don't like Dynasty Warriors. I
That's
think
fine.
that's
I'm just saying, like this
I'm gonna
is
be
the
honest.
nice
Try the
thing.
demo, bro. You might like it, bro. Try it.
There are.
no.
I'm gonna let you know how it is later, bro.
I don't
I'm just
think
saying, there's
Dynasty
so many
Warriors might be
people
my op.
who play different experiences. Like, fine, it may not be for you, but it sells clearly if the series has had like 12 iterations, not counting spin-offs.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the issue with me when it came to certain games like Suicide Squad and Destiny. Is that it's the loop? It's like I'm doing the same shit over.
I get that.
See, I'm
And
telling
Suicide
you.
Squad just kind of sucked.
I just can't. You gotta give me something new. You gotta give me something.
I'm
new.
telling you, got to take a break. I played Assassin's Creed Black Flag, skipped everything, and then I played Mirage, and Mirage was fire. I didn't play them last overstuffed ass the Assassin's Creed game, so when I played Mirage, it was like, damn, this motherfucker hot.
Because it went back to core elements of what you enjoyed about
See?
Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, I don't want no fucking
You
RPG
wanted
Assassin's
about 4
Creed.
years.
What the fuck? I want Assassin's Creed. The fuck?
I don't even remember what the topic was that led to this.
What the fuck was we talking
That's
about?
every conversation.
Oh, we were talking about Lego
Every
Horizon.
Conversation.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Lego. Yeah. I think that. So that, by the way, that is a game. Lego games are less defined by their first week or
Yeah,
even
they
first month.
always last a long time.
They are holiday games.
Yeah.
Those are games that grandparents and parents buy their kids, buy their grandkids at holidays because it's a
Yeah.
safe video game for them to buy.
Yep.
So I don't remember when the last Lego game released. So I think you have a decent chance.
Skywalker was 2 years ago, right?
2021 or 2022 was Skywalker.
I think it was
Saga. know
2022.
Right.
At GameStop.
So I wouldn't be surprised if Lego Horizon Adventures makes back its money. Like, at the very least, I wouldn't be surprised if it makes back its money and maybe makes a little profit. Because again,
I
budget's probably not
think
that
it's a
high.
bad game either. From what I looked at, I don't think it's a bad game. I think it's a different Lego game than what I'm going to be used to because most of the 10 out of 10 games of the Lego franchise are all open world games. So this
I find
one
them
is
kind of
not-
boring, honestly. Like, that is a series not for me either. Every Lego game I've played, I've gotten bored in like an hour.
I don't listen to the story or cussing. I just put on Spotify and just start going. So,
Even
but it's
even
just-
playing the levels, like, meh.
That's just simplistic. Like I was like, only reason I started because I like them because I like Legos. I like the building because I like the building mechanics and all that. The thing about I wanted to test myself to see if I could get all the platinums in under a year, and I kind of did. I kind of did. Like I went crazy over the summer. Like platinum like 7 or 8 Lego games over the summer. But I think like Joel said, like I think Lego games are holiday games. I expect that game to be on sale come holiday time, maybe like 20% off. I think that is going to. I think the number's going to boost up post holiday because of the holiday sales. I think the Lego franchise really is searching probably for another big hit post Skywalker Saga, and maybe they want to see what the Horizon game could do with the Horizon franchise. I don't think the Horizon franchise is a needle mover in my opinion.
Hey man,
I think
Mars, what's going on, man? You ain't said nothing, man. Listen, you can talk about Horizon, bro. They're not gonna come to your house and take the Pro back, yo. You can give your opinion on Lego Horizon, bro.
I said something 2 minutes ago.
What you said about Lego Horizon?
That was Jolson bringing it back up. I was talking about the fact of the sales of these ridiculous games that we're talking about, and then the freaking Dynasty Warriors nonsense. I was all in that. Like, this is ridiculous.
All right,
Hey,
listen.
a lot of game series wishes they could make it 12 iterations. All I'm saying.
All I'm saying is there's a reason why it's called Dynasty Origins. It's because they went to too many numbers.
Yes.
You mean like Mortal Kombat?
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean.
Man, listen.
Also, it's funny we were talking Lego right again with Dynasty Warriors, because to me every Lego game feels the same.
I was playing Dynasty Warriors since it was a fighting game on PS1.
See,
No, yeah,
I would
it was a fighting game.
agree with that up until Skywalker Saga, where it does not.
They
feel
did mix up the. I will admit they mixed up the formulas. That's fair.
Because
That's
Skywalker
fair.
Saga actually added like combos, it added like challenges, like
They made that more of a true adventure game.
Yeah, it added a lot. So I would say that is true up until Skywalker Saga, and they added like creative characters in DC supervillains, which is also a very popular one. So, but
You think player created characters would have come sooner for a Lego game?
they had it, but they made it more involved with the story, the main story.
Oh, okay, I got you.
So like they had like, oh, you can create your own little character. Then now we're going, okay, in DC supervillains, you can create your own character and have him be involved in the main storyline, which he actually was. So, yeah, like I'm not worried about Lego Horizon. I think it was an experiment. Honestly, I think it was a little experiment. I want them to make Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with Lego, so I'll buy
So
that.
good.
You see, yeah, I'm staying away from that one with a 10-foot pole. I would never give them money for that.
Yeah, I think I'm
Which
just
is
good
fine. Like,
on Lego
I'm-
games at this point.
I'm all for them making it. It wouldn't be for me.
Unless they're gonna give me Lego Madam Web, I think I'm good on it, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? But
You want
Listen.
them just to shovel money down a toilet.
listen,
That's what
if
you
they're not gonna give me Lego Madam
Lego
Web, y'all
Madam
can keep that shit, bro.
Yo,
Like,
did you see that movie, bro? Fuck
what
outta
movie?
He owns it.
Madam,
he owns it on
you
fucking
We had
4K.
this conversation
Steelbook.
already.
Own it.
Steelbook.
Ew.
Steelbook. Steelbook.
Ew. Oh my god, that is nasty.
We
Steelbook.
had this conversation.
Steelbook.
We need to. By the way, we need to keep that in mind. Anytime he disses a game, all I got to remind myself is he owns Madam Web in a steelbook. Like, it just makes me instantly feel better.
You picture a
Deluxe.
hard-working-
Deluxe.
Uh-huh.
Deluxe.
Get that out of my
Huh?
face, bro. I'm about to
Deluxe.
lead a stream, bro. I'm about to
Fan
lead a-
art
get that
edition.
out of my face.
Deluxe, man. Come on, man. You see the GOAT? You see GOAT, Lito? Come on, man. Put respect
Yo,
on GOAT,
crazy.
Lito.
I
That
see a
actually-
sealed movie.
That actually might be a collector's item, like in 15, 20 years.
Because I seen it like 5 times before the Blu-ray came out. So it was like, at that point...
5 times.
That is.
At that point, I didn't even need to open it. I done seen it so many
You
fucking
know,
times.
You're nasty.
That
You're
is,
nasty.
to me,
You're
that
nasty.
do not value your time.
You don't. You don't. You
Listen,
don't.
man.
You don't, because I know that movie at least an hour and 45 minutes. You don't value.
That
it.
is, yeah, he's
Listen.
dedicated over 10 hours of his life to Morbius.
I gotta own everything in the Spider collection, man. Venom 3 Steelbook up next, man.
Doesn't mean you gotta watch it 5 times.
I like Jared Leto. I like Morbius. What the? I like it. Has some good action scenes. The CGI was ass, but it has some good action scenes.
Matt Smith was the best part of that movie.
Sydney Sweeney was the best part of Madam Web, and they still couldn't pull it off.
You know what? I'm not even gonna go see that movie for her. Like,
I didn't see it. I just saw it in a black latex costume. Said I'm good because I saw that the rest of that trailer was garbage. Nah, that's nasty, guys. You're a nasty, man.
Not him breaking the silence with that.
I have Blade Trinity on DVD from like 15
Oh, yeah,
years
that's
ago, and
crazy.
that's still a better buy than that.
Y'all got anything else, man? In other news, I did sell my Web of Shadows on eBay for $80.
Oh, go for the joystick award. Black Man Wukong won Game of the Year. Any quick thoughts on Sony buying that studio that
Kanakawa, I think it's called.
Yeah, the parent company of From Software.
Well, apparently they went to Sony to avoid a hostile takeover by another company. So
I honestly think.
Oh,
that's not
okay,
even
I didn't know about that.
Honestly, I don't even think that's less. I think that's less about gaming and more about anime. Honestly,
yeah.
It is, especially with what they have with in terms of Crunchyroll and Funimation.
Funimation
yes.
and Aniplex. Like, I don't like it because Sony's becoming.
Somebody would have to
monopoly,
explain
so-
to me why them having a monopoly on anime is like because
It's-
I don't
okay,
know. I
let me-
truly don't know.
Let me give you an example right now because this just came out. Is that during the nearer time of that anime, the creator who made the fucking game and the characters was like, I want to have a sex scene with 9S and 2B, and Sony said, nah, we're not doing that. The characters wouldn't do that. How you going? That's the issue. The issue is like you're telling the creator of the fucking characters that this is what my characters wouldn't do.
So Sony, since they've owned Crunchyroll and stuff, right? So they have been like having like creative input on a lot of the animes.
Yeah,
that and having a stranglehold on localization is bad because there's people in localization that they kind of take it on themselves to kind of they consider it part of the art to add a tone like like more of a voice. Mm-hmm. And there's people who take issue with that and think that they should be more accurately translating. Biggest example, like from 20 years ago, was Brock and Pokemon holding up a rice ball, calling it a donut. Mm-hmm. Like things like that, where they Americanize things or add things that aren't naturally in the text to try and make it seem more relevant to the American culture. And it's kind of cringy in some aspects. So I don't know. I'm not a big fan of monopolies in general. And honestly, like if they're avoiding taking a hospital takeover, which I had not heard. That's one thing, because like From Software, I don't necessarily want any major publisher owning From Software. Like I love From Software games, and I don't think that's good for them to be exclusive to Sony, for instance.
It's a company that apparently I think they own. What was it, like 14% in Katakawa, and apparently there's such a bad company over there.
The owner has like gambling problems.
Yeah, it's a bad company, and they approached Sony to buy them out. So
and they like Jay Leno.
I mean, personally,
Elden Ring 2 is a PS6 exclusive.
I don't think they would. I don't think they would make FromSoft games exclusive. But I personally just FromSoft hasn't made a game I really cared about, and like since they've ever existed. So I personally don't care.
But I mean, like Elden Ring sold over 25 million units.
That's why I don't think they would make it exclusive.
They wouldn't make it exclusive. They would.
Bloodborne, Demon's Souls. They already have Sony exclusives.
That's true.
Well, Demon's Souls is different because Demon's Souls was actually worked together with a Sony
helped
studio.
them.
So
that also is true with Bloodborne. Like at the time, Studio Japan worked with FromSoft.
Right.
But Sony, more than Microsoft, absolutely would be more willing to make it.
Yeah, they would be more willing. Yeah, I agree with that.
Like Bungie, they let stay multi-platform, so I'm not saying it's impossible. But I mean, if they already had a deal in place and it was multi-platform, if they had a game about to release and they bought them, they'd let it happen. But if they started development under Sony, I could see Sony 100% saying, okay, well, now they could negotiate like PC day one.
Yeah.
But I could absolutely see them blocking like Xbox.
Hey,
because that's only like 13% of the market anyway.
I'm about to say I need Elden Ring sales splits.
Well, what?
It probably like how much sold on Sony versus.
I mean, because if it's sold, because listen, if the game sold 20 million and it did fucking 200,000 on Xbox, who the fuck cares if it's exclusive at that point? But if it actually sold a couple million on Xbox, then I understand them. People being upset.
What is a couple million sold on Xbox? A couple million players on Game Pass, or a couple million?
No, I would say 2 million.
Never on Game Pass.
That's why I would say 2 million.
Okay. But I mean, I think low key people are blowing this out of proportion.
Just 29% of Elden Ring sales. This is right after launch. So like a month after launch, only 29% were on Xbox. Probably less than that now.
Okay, it says at 41%, most of the total Elden Ring sales were for PS4 and PS5. 29% were for PC, 30% were of Elden Ring sales for Xbox. So,
but what date was? If that was 2022, it's probably down since then because Microsoft console sales.
This says June 30th, 2023.
Okay, so like about a year. Okay.
Yeah. So 41% PlayStation, 30% Xbox. Okay, well yeah, they shouldn't make it exclusive then if it's selling decent on Xbox. That's one of the games that actually sells on Xbox. So. Yeah,
if you take that away, nobody will buy an Xbox ever again.
Is it the studio choice or the company's choice to make an exclusive?
Typically publish like it. So when they're developing the game, they are developing it for the consoles they're going to release on. So that decision is typically made pretty early, though it could change in the middle of the development. It could depend on a publisher deal. Like typically, like Square Enix with Sony. That's typically made at the publisher level versus the developer level. So if Sony was the publisher, now From Software, like Miyazaki would probably have clout to go to Sony and be like, hey, I know you own us, but I'd still like to release this on Xbox. I'd like to.
That's why I think that it wouldn't be exclusive, bro. I don't think Cause he one of them dudes that's like, he got Kojima levels of clout. Not in the public eye, but just as far as his business acumen. that I feel like he would go to them and say, look, we dropping this on Xbox, we going everywhere. I don't care what y'all talking about. This is my art and this is what we doing. And I think they will honor that, personally. Unless it was a sequel to like Demon Souls or something. But he said they not making another Elden Ring. So if he make a new IP, I think it would be multiplayer.
Yeah, it depends.
Yeah, well, we just gotta wait and see. I honestly don't care about any of this. Just give me games.
That's all I'm saying.
Like the
I
anime
have a
part,
PC and I have a PS5, so I can get all the games I want.
Imagine Elden Ring with like actual 2023 graphics, yo. That would be crazy, yo.
I knew
Elden Ring with PS5 Pro polish with good graphics.
By the way, I'm just reminding myself right now that he owns a steelbook of Madden Web, so I don't care
The
what
GOAT,
he says.
the GOAT. Listen, he want to see it again. That's why he said something. Steelbook. You know what I'm saying?
See?
Legend.
But when he talks about good things,
You know.
when he talks about things he doesn't like, it's already tainted.
It's already tainted. Crazy.
You
All right,
know
anything
what
else
I'm
we gotta talk about before I head out?
Nah, I think it's almost bedtime.
Yeah, it's
I'm
like
gonna block the code. You know, I don't want nobody trying to steal my code to watch the movie digitally. You know what I'm saying? But you see the double disc. Look at that.
I promise
Sydney
you
Sweeney in the
somebody-
middle. Oh my
somebody gonna take
god,
that.
looking just
promise
like.
If you love it so much, why haven't you redeemed the code?
Because I don't watch movies digitally. I got the disc. You know, I'm physical everything. You know what I'm saying?
Unfortunately, he too physical at everything because he had to buy the 2 worst Sony films of all fucking time.
Nah, we're not gonna do that. We ain't gonna. You know what I'm saying?
He's gonna
Like,
have a
they-
steelbook of Venom 3 too.
Yeah, I'm having it. I might get the one, the $100 edition that come with the figure. I think. I'm gonna get that for
$100
Christmas.
edition.
Yo, dog. No,
Y'all ain't seen Venom 3? It wasn't a bad movie.
No, I thought I'm just going to just.
It wasn't a banger, but it wasn't bad.
It released near the end of my last class. I didn't have time to see it.
It wasn't
I ain't
bad.
gonna say that. I ain't gonna say it was. I ain't gonna say. I'll just.
It was okay. I thought it was okay. It was.
John,
Yeah,
better
but
or worse
okay.
than 2? Better or worse than 2?
I gotta think about it. My
That
only
might be
problem
worse than
with Venom 3 was due
They didn't
to the
even
story.
know.
Due to the story, it wasn't really too much Venom in it until halfway through the movie. That was my only problem with it.
Yes, that.
At least in Venom 2, it had a lot of action. You saw Venom getting it in a lot. In Venom 3, you got the opening scene, and then after that, you pretty much an hour
You had a
without
fucking
Venom.
music. You got a fucking musical dancing out of nowhere, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, the best character was on screen probably for like 5 minutes, and that's it.
Who was the best character?
No,
Oh no! But see, at the same
Spoiler.
time, there ain't no spoiler. But at the same
that's no
time,
spoilers.
I thought they was going fucking use him in some dumbass way and make him look weak. They actually made him look so menacing that they spent the whole fucking
Yes.
movie trying to avoid him coming to Earth. Like that was the whole movie. They was so scared of this motherfucker.
And
They didn't want him
I
to come
really-
down.
I feel like Venom 3 is supposed to be a setup film for something in Spider-Man MCU. That's my only best.
Yeah, because he went to New York. Yeah.
Well, actually, the speculation is that Sony is actually going to put together their own kind of Sinister Six to take on Null.
That is
So-
gonna be garbage because I know it. I know what you're talking about.
Like
Aesthetic.
Morbius and what's his
It's
name?
gonna
He's
be
getting a movie
Morbius,
soon. Craven.
Craven, Madam Web,
Something like
Venom,
that.
Agent Venom, and fucking. That is. Yo, Sony, I'm begging, I'm praying.
No, that idea is trash. Now, if they doing that,
I'm praying-
That's a bad
It was
idea.
amazing.
Sony, I'm praying to every god that there is. Please just give the rights to fucking Marvel. Let us have peace. That
Nah.
you have nothing left.
You
I
don't
don't-
have no
I'm-
peace.
yeah,
You
I'm
have what
good.
Sony gives you and nothing else.
No,
Yeah.
like you're using, like you're doing Spider-Man villain films without the fucking you saw what happened with the Joker. It doesn't work.
Not the first
no, I'm about to say no. That first Joker movie did crazy.
First Joker, okay, the first.
And every
Joker,
Venom movie has been successful and profited.
But then second Joker decided it didn't like the people who
But
liked
that's
the first
issue.
Joker,
That's
and then they
the
decided.
issue. We went
yeah.
3 Venom films without him earning the fucking white spider on his chest.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you like I tell everybody else.
My stupid ass thought he was going to at least get it in the third
Listen,
film somehow.
if
he
I-
was going to get the
listen,
white spider.
if-
Oh, let's go.
If I want the same stories I've been reading in the comics for 20 years, I'll read the comics. I applaud
I know,
creators when
just-
they do different shit.
Brother,
I don't
this
want the
is-
same
this-
shit. I
this
don't
is-
want the
they're
same
taking-
thing, bro. Why do y'all want the
They're
same shit
taking
we've
the
been
story,
seeing?
But they're being petty. Though, you know what Marvel could do with Craven Hunter right now in the Spider-Man film?
I don't want him to be in a Spider-Man film.
We just saw it in Spider-Man 2 for the PS5.
Yes,
Yeah.
but I can see it better.
But here's the thing: Marvel's not gonna do it though.
But do you know what? But yes, they do, because it's not Marvel. It's Sony being petty because they're not giving all the characters to Marvel. They're giving him Spider-Man and some characters that they haven't used yet. They're
okay, but here's the
keeping
problem.
other ones.
Spider-Man's not in the MCU. Iron Man Jr. is in the MCU.
Oh my god. Yeah, the problem is that Marvel is only
Mars is
focused.
like, I'm done.
Yeah, Mars going to sleep. Marvel is only
I'm not
focused
better
on
too.
making Spider-Man, you know, a multiversal film every time you see him. If we take, let's say we take every Marvel Spider-Man villain and just gave him to Sony. You're not gonna see Kraven in no movie because Spider-Man gonna be too busy in fucking setting up goddamn Secret Wars, trying to fight fucking Doctor Doom.
Hang on. How did he get the black suit though? He got it from Secret Wars, and that transitioned him back to be.
Yeah, so he don't need. So the black suit is already in the MCU though. You don't need anything from Sony to have it. We saw it in the MCU when
They saw, but they never clarified it though. That's the thing.
they gave it to the MCU and Eddie went back home to his universe. It's in the MCU.
It was the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life. I remember watching Venom 2's secret credit scene, and I was hype as a motherfucker when he got to the MCU. I said, we're finally getting the face off that we've been waiting for live action.
And they did it just to give him some black suit.
I said, dog, get the fuck
That's
out of
you
here.
probably gonna see it in Secret Wars. Look, Eddie left the black suit and No Way Home, you know, so now we know that it's in the universe. They
But I just
probably
want the Sinister Six done correct.
No, I agree.
That's fine.
You're not getting it.
Sony was originally supposed to do that before Marvel gave him the bag and they gave him Spider-Man. Because after the Andrew Garfield was supposed to be the original Sinister Six guys, right? They were setting up the original Sinister Six. Since then, we have not gotten the Sinister Six, and I really want the Sinister Six to really.
No. But again, you said you want it done right. You look at the Rhino in Sinister Six in that fat ass mechanical costume, and then you look at the comic accurate Rhino that they have in Craven. That shit looks immaculate.
He's not comic art accurate in Craven
Yes,
because
he
he's
is.
freaking mutated. It's not.
He's
It's just.
mutated.
But he looks like the original Rhino
He looks
from the
like, He looks
'90s.
like a rejected Michael Bay Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
Oh my
Actually,
god!
wait, hang on, Joe. I actually
Fine.
think the actor looks like a Craven the Hunter type character. I just think they're doing it wrong with the
And
powers and everything. Like that's the issue.
Yeah, but
with that.
we were talking Rhino. Like Rhino is a mutant in that, as
Oh,
opposed to a guy.
Yeah.
And the guy in
Yeah,
the
that's
suit.
true,
Even
that's
if-
true.
Okay, and if you don't do the guy in the suit, like you don't want to do the guy in the suit because maybe you can't pull it off with the CGI shit, whatever. The robot suit ain't a bad idea.
No, that shit was trash, bro. That shit look goofy as hell,
It's
bro.
not a
It's
bad
better
idea.
than what it looks like in Craven.
No, it don't. That's a lie, bro.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Thank you.
That is crazy.
If
That
you can't do the
Rhino-
guy in the suit, I will take
Bro.
robot.
That Rhino in Amazing Spider-Man 2 is one of the worst Rhino designs I have ever seen in my life. It's horrible.
What other
I
Rhino
can't
designs have you seen in
believe.
live
I
action?
can't believe.
That's how bad the one in Craven looks.
No, it
I'm
don't,
gonna
bro.
drop it. I'm gonna drop it in the spider lobby. It's still
Okay.
from the trailer.
That shit look
You look at
fire.
that. You look at that and tell me that doesn't.
I
look
seen that
like
trailer in
shit.
4K when I went to see Venom 3, and it looked amazing.
Wait. Y'all remember the Amazing Spider-Man video game, like the movie tie-in game?
Yeah, where everybody was an actual mutated animal. Yeah,
That's what the Rhino character looks like. That's what the Rhino character.
that Rhino looked better than the one in the movie. I'm sorry, bro.
That Rhino in the movie, the Craven Hunter movie, looks like
Rhino,
that
it
in
looks
the
like,
game.
you know what? Just like in Miles Morales when he had that big dumb mechanical suit on. That shit looks stupid, bro. I don't want Rhino in a
That
fucking.
looks- that
looks
No,
so
it
much
don't.
better.
No, it don't. I don't want Rhino in a robot. I don't want him to be a mech. What the fuck? Rhino's not supposed to be a
He's
mech.
not but here's the thing: they blended it with the mech in the guy in the suit.
It looked phony, yo.
Hey.
I don't like
I
mech
don't
Rhino.
know Rhino. That might be one of the best versions of Rhino I've ever seen. I'm not the biggest Rhino in the suit kind of guy, and I'm also not the biggest Rhino as a mutated animal kind of guy either. I'm kind of a blend of okay, if you're gonna make him a mech, or you're gonna make him a mech a mixture of mech and human. Do that like Insomniac. Ultimate Spider-Man comic by Brian Michael Bendis did Rhino cool with the mech and the suit. I'm not mad at that.
I'd rather they just put a man in a plastic suit, bro, than keep doing the mech. The mech shit just look dumb, bro. It just looks
I
bad.
put the 3 Rhino designs in the spider lobby, and I'm telling you right now, the Insomniac one looks the best, and
It
the freaking
does.
Craven mutant one looks the worst.
Nah,
Yeah, I will
bro.
rank it. Insomniac Spider-Man goes, then it goes the Amazing Spider-Man with the mecha suit, and then you got
Yep.
that
Let me
ugly
look.
ass crate. Yo, dog, come on, bro, come on.
All right, I got it. I gotta
I gotta
log
go because
off
I
here in a
got
sec,
I'd be up at 5 a.m., bro.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got
Good stream though. Hey, to the audience who's still with us.
So shout out to the 107.
Oh yeah. We can start doing a timer, bro. If y'all gotta get off early. I don't know. Y'all don't gotta be here all night.
It's good. I just figure this Spider-Man discussion signals were done.
Yeah, we gotta say that for another part.
Yeah. We just waffling at this point. Thank you, everybody.
Oh no,
for tuning in.
we can all go see Craven, and then the week after we can talk about it.
Oh well, you know I'm gonna be in there day one, so
I'm gonna go see it.
I'm debating it, but fuck it. If y'all gonna go see it, I'm gonna go see it.
I'm going to see it day one.
Yeah.
I might have